Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Is there anybody out there? Hi, Christine. How are you? Is it raining over in the UK, Christine? Because it has been raining all day here and it was messing with my internet in my parlor. So I came back out here in my kitchen. Oh, well, you're lucky. Nope. It's, yeah, a little bit warmer than it's usually been, but it has been raining since, oh God, early this morning. I am very sore, very achy. My back hurts. My knees hurt. Oh my God. It's just that kind of a day. So you're very lucky. Yeah, you have sunny. We just had rainy. Oh wow, really? Well, you're lucky. Yeah, we really can't start planning here until after the last frost, which usually is beginning in May. But some years, Mother Nature wants to be a pain in the butt and do one more cold snap. And that's what she did last year. I had a lot of my seeds already in the ground and we had a cold snap and it went down to like below 30 for like 4 days. And we had snow flurries and everything. It was crazy in the month of May. Not the first time it happened though. So you're lucky. I'd love to be digging in a garden right now, but snow, too much snow. Well, you might be a little bit early, but if the ground is soft enough to do it, then I guess it's okay to do it, I would think. I would go by the ground, Christine, and if the ground is soft enough or getting soft enough to actually do it, then honestly, I would start. Why not? He's good. Um, he's actually sleeping right now, but he's good. Oh my goodness, that late already. It's 10 to 9 at night here. So you're like 4.5 hours time difference from me. Oh goodness, are you a nighthawk? Because I am lately and it's not good. Not good. It's throwing everything completely off for me. Like I sleep later and then I wake up and I'm miserable because I slept too late and oh my god, now I need to get back on like some sort of, I don't want to say a schedule, but like I want to get back to like more normal time that I used to have. You know what? I'm having more and more episodes like that since this whole pandemic. I don't know. I think it's because you have so much on your mind and you really can't quiet your mind to actually go to sleep. At least I know that's how it is for me sometimes, and I think too much. I guess you could think not think enough, and I guess I think too much. Aren't you guys going to be coming out of lockdown soon, though, from what I've been seeing online? That gradually these are going to be phased, I guess, down your tier system, that you're going to be coming out of it. Because that's what I've been seeing, like on the internet, is that you guys are going to be coming out of lockdown. Yeah, I seen that. I was reading about that actually this morning. Um, that what they're going to be doing it like with the cheers every 2 weeks or something, or every week, something like that. Well, it's probably better that they are, though, because I mean, I can say here in the US, it's it's crazy because it's different in every state. There are states that are getting rid of their mask mandates and just opening everything up, and, like, okay, it's all over. No, it's not quite all over. There's still a good percentage of people here in the US who didn't get vaccinated. I'm actually signed up with 3 different pharmacies, 2 local, two of them here in my town, and one out of town. And none of them have anything right now that they can actually set an appointment for me. So there's supposed to be a new site I'm going to check out tonight before I go to bed, called vaccinefinder.org. It's supposed to like help you find some place that has them. Pennsylvania is not that good with the vaccine rollout. I'm sorry, but they're not. No, my state stinks. I think part of the problem, I honestly think part of the problem is the way they go about it with like the groups, the essential people. And I'm not saying this, I know somebody is going to take this the wrong way, and I'm not meaning it in the wrong way. I am saying that, like, okay, there's, like a set group, like, say, essential workers, medical professionals, they're in the first group, like 1A. Okay. But within that 1A, there is people that don't want the vaccination. And so there's places that are like, I guess, hanging on to the vaccines, I guess, trying to persuade these people in that profession to take it, and they really don't want to. So my way of thinking is, okay, for those people who don't want it, like, now I'm part of 1B, I can get it, but there's nobody here, like within my immediate area, that has it. So why couldn't people say, like in my category, that have, like a pre-existing health condition, why couldn't we get one of those vaccines that someone in 1A doesn't want? You had the Oxford. You just don't have the Pfizer or Moderna over there? Yeah, see, I give you guys credit over in the UK, like, at least in the sense of vaccinating people. Like, your country got it right. Like, I was impressed with that. I was impressed with the door-to-door testing and everything when they were like discovering the variants and everything. I was like, why didn't they ever do anything like that here in the US? Like, why why are we so different, Like, I mean, I'm grateful that, they got like the elderly in nursing homes and that. And most definitely, like, medical people do, obviously need it and should get it. But I mean, there's like, a couple of different polls I've seen here in the US, and there's a certain percentage of people who say, oh, well, I'm not getting it. There's people working in, excuse me, personal care homes who don't want to get it. There's nurses in that don't want to get it. And my thinking is, well, if there's people who aren't going to get it, take them doses and let people in 1B get it, which is what I would be in. And, send them to like pharmacies and things like, you know, I don't know. It seems to be so pokey here in the United States. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't understand it. I think it all boils down to how it was all mishandled last year. And I think there's this big, for lack of a better word, a clusterfuck, pardon my language, um, that our new president has to deal with and try to get through everything to get this like straightened out. And it's hard to. So I'm hoping that they're going to pick up with the vaccinations because now we have Johnson and Johnson. Now you say you did poorly after you got the Oxford shot. Did you have like a high fever and everything after the first one? Like your first dose? Because from what I've been seeing online, um, with the Moderna and Pfizer here in the US, um, a lot of people had no issues with the first one. It's the second one that really kicks some people's butts. My mom's cousin, she is 76 and she had the first one and had like no issues with it. Yeah, you would think, right? Exactly. You would think that we would be, you know, have this more organized, but yeah, no. No, we don't, believe me, because it's very, very frustrating. Um, like my family doctor couldn't even tell me anything because our state is basically letting hospitals and pharmacies and clinics do the inoculations, not people's family doctors. And I think that's kind of dumb in a way because um, a lot of people trust their family doctor more. And so, they would be more inclined to like make an appointment and go to their family doctor as compared to just show up at a clinic or a CVS or like whatever. It is sad that we don't do the genome sequencing and we really didn't know anything about these variants, that it was the UK that discovered some of these different variants. Like, wow, wow. I don't know. Yeah, the US isn't doing all that good. Oh, goodness. Like the flu. Huh. Is the Oxford shot a I don't know how they pronounce it. A mRNA vaccine, mRNA vaccine, or is that a viral vector vaccine? I know Johnson Johnson is a viral vector vaccine. It's different than the other two that have been out for a while. Oh wow, really? No, see, here in the US, it's a madhouse. Like, you have to go into your state's website and see who actually is registered, like, to be allowed to give the vaccine. Then you have to, on your own, contact these different places online, fill out a consent form. And what I'm running into is I filled out 3 different forms for 3 different pharmacies, but they don't have any appointments because they don't have any vaccine. So it's like crazy. It's just, yeah. And I think just like waiting and wondering, like, okay, the government says, oh, we're, going to be distributing blah, 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 so many thousands of vaccinations, or, well, where the hell are they? Because I'm not seeing them here in my town. If it was here in my town, people wouldn't have to go out of town to get it. And that's pretty ridiculous if you actually have to go out of town to get a vaccine. So definitely, yeah. I mean, some states do seem to have it under control pretty good. Like as far as like the appointments and scheduling people for the first and second, some states have it handled, then have been able to do it pretty smoothly. And other states like my state, like, oh my God. And then in some states, there's the issue of teachers' unions want the teachers to be vaccinated, which I do agree. I think teachers should be vaccinated. I thought that that was a given, actually. I was surprised to find out that not all states actually consider teachers essential. And I thought, well, that's terrible because I would. Like, hey, 1,000 a day. Wow. That's remarkable. Well, I know in my town, I mean, we do have a football stadium, so I guess technically they could actually do something like that outdoors. Um, like my pharmacy that I get my scripts filled at, they are taking the applications, but they don't have any vaccine. And they say, well, don't call us. We'll call you when we get it to set up an appointment for you. And it's like, I just don't like hanging in limbo and not knowing. That's remarkable. That is really, truly remarkable. Good for yous. I wish I could say the same here. I don't know, like I said, each state does it their own way, and some states are doing a really good job with it, and other states just, I don't know, are just like, uh, I don't know, like, what it is. I don't know, I can't put my finger on any one particular thing. Um, I mean, Florida, I think, and I'm not crazy about their governor of Florida, but as far as like the elderly in that, Florida did a good job of getting, getting people inoculated and the homes and everything and making it available. I mean, yeah, I understand people had to wait for hours and everything. And I don't know, like a lot of different states, the websites are wonky and stuff. But like once it seems they got it up and running, I mean, they got a lot of people done. Pennsylvania, I don't know what the hell the issue is. It's pathetic, really. I honestly don't even know how many. Yeah. Oh, wow. Michael Linton, you're very lucky. I'm trying to find some place within like a 20-25 mile radius of my town. I have 3 different applications with 3 different pharmacies, but nobody has it. And it's very, very frustrating. So I'm going to try this website I read about called Vaccine Finder, vaccinefinder.org, because it's just even my insurance is tied in with like um, a chain of hospitals that are pretty big here in Pennsylvania, and they don't even have any right now. Well, that's what I did. I went online, I filled out the consent form with my local pharmacy, but they don't have any. So I went to another pharmacy here in my town, and then that same pharmacy, but a different branch out of town, I filled out a consent form. So I have 3 of them right now. But like they don't have anything because nobody will book an appointment for you because they just don't have it, which is very frustrating now. There's a CVS in my town, but they're not doing the vaccinations here in town. And I don't understand why, because in 21, 22 states here in the US, CVS is doing the vaccinations. And I just don't get it. Like, why can't they do them in all states? Like in my town, there's 2 CVS's. There was 3 at one time, actually. The real small one shut down, but there's 2 CVS's here in town. So, like, what the heck? We have Rite Aid. We have Walmart. Huh, a bunch of different, like, smaller pharmacies, and I just don't understand. But see, that's weird though. That's not making sense in my state though, Michael, because that's what our governor changed things so that um whatchamacallit, that the pharmacies and that would be able to do the vaccinations. But none of the pharmacies right now have the vaccine. And I've been calling for over 3 weeks now. And it just irritates me, when there's, like things the government's saying, oh, well, we're going to be distributing blah, 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 so many doses. Yeah, well, where the hell's ours? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's kind of like you got to fend for yourself and find your own shot because your doctors aren't going to set it up for you because they don't know where you're going to get it. It's just, it's absolutely crazy. You have to find your own appointment and take care of it yourself. Yes. So I knew something was up because several weeks ago, I messaged my family doctor. Now, when me and my friend and her daughters came back from South Carolina, we weren't symptomatic or anything like that. We weren't sick. But for the sake of argument, and because I wanted to be set an example for folks. And I don't want to be one of them people like, do as I say, not do as I do. And her and me both agreed, like, okay, we don't want to like hibernate for 10 days, 14 days, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. It fluctuates between 10 and 14. And that's why we basically had to lie to get tested. And then once me, her, and her daughters got tested, then, I mean, like I was out shopping, I was at Giant and this and that. I wouldn't go until I got tested. So like it's even you have to lie to get a test, which is ridiculous. Now, my friend right now, my friend Megan, the girl that I went down to South Carolina with, she was real sick. And her daughters are real sick. And just as soon as her daughter told her that she couldn't taste anything, I thought, oh my God. Because her school district here in Pennsylvania just went back to in-person learning 2 weeks ago. And then, like 2 days ago, she came down high fever, her chest hurt, this and that. And you would honestly think, like, oh my God, the whole family got COVID. Here, no, they all got their test results back, and no, they don't have COVID. Her daughters have bronchitis, and the youngest daughter, the one that lost her taste, has actually like so much sinus congestion and everything. They think that that's part of her issue, so they have her on a couple of different meds. But the mom, they think that she has basically a very, very bad case of pneumonia. And I said to her, well, how in the hell did you get pneumonia? Like, I I don't understand it. Like, I go when the one that bundles up and goes for a walk and that, like, she hops in a car. And it's like, okay, so how do you have pneumonia? But you would think just by the way she was talking and everything, like, that they had it, and they don't. None of them do. And it's just crazy. So to go back to your comment, Michael, yeah, but I am a high risk, which is why I go into the category of 1B. I have coronary artery disease, but like my family doctor isn't setting anything up for me. My family doctor didn't even get back in touch with me as far as like when I asked about the vaccination, and I just wanted to talk to my family doctor because they rescheduled my appointment 3 different times now, which is very frustrating. I have a penicillin allergy. And I think more or less I just wanted an assurance that I'm not going to have quote unquote an allergic reaction when I get it. I don't have food allergies. I don't have any other medication allergy. I've never had an issue with vaccinations. Um, so, and I have yet to actually talk to my family doctor, physically see him. They keep rescheduling my appointment, and nobody will answer that email for me. I'm sorry, Christine. I am very, very sorry. My mom's brother, my uncle, passed away 2 weeks before my mom passed away in December. My mom passed away December 16th, day before my birthday. Her heart just gave out. And 2 weeks prior, December 2nd, my uncle, who was in a Alzheimer's unit down in Philadelphia, he passed away from COVID complications and is just in less than 36 hours, he was gone. So I am very, very sorry for your loss. Yeah, no, see, Michael, a lot of people have said that, like that they've had no issue with the first one. It's the second one that gets a lot of people. Like my friend Megan, her mom is a nurse, and I seen her mom hours after she had the shot, and she was freezing, but she was sweating. She was literally sitting on her couch. She had her fireplace going like full blast. Um, she had said she was sweating, but she was cold, and oh my goodness, like she had that for like 36 hours, and then it cleared up. Yeah, well, see, online, we fill out a health questionnaire, so I have everything in it that I do have a penicillin allergy, and that was discovered when I was a little girl. That basically is the only thing that I have an allergy to. Well, it didn't last long, Michael. Like 36 hours, a day and a half, and she was good. Um, but like I it's just crazy here. Hi Debbie, how are you? No, I admire you that you were able to get the darn thing. It's like I'm going to be up earning the midnight oil tonight, trying to see if I could actually find some place that might have it. And then if the other places, if I am fortunate in getting a an appointment, any of my other places call me, I'm going to be like, oh, I already have an appointment. Hey, sorry, but you waited. I didn't want to wait too long. Oh, did he have any issues with it, Christine? Hello, Jude. Hi, how are you, Judy? Um, I'm gonna do that, but I also I read something online over the weekend, Judy. A website called vaccinationfinder.org apparently is better than like each state's actual site. Apparently, it goes through like your whole state and can actually find places that have it or are going to have it very soon. But no, I definitely will check into that too. See, the problem is though, like Pennsylvania, the health department, it takes you to the website. I already filled out the forms and I already have my name in with 3 different pharmacies, but none of them have it. So I'm like in limbo. It's just like very frustrating. As I was saying, you would think that people's doctors would like help get them connected with where to go get the shot, right? Nope. My family doctor, my insurance isn't doing diddly because they don't have it and they don't know when they're going to have it. So pretty much you've got to do your own digging and find your own shot, basically. It's sad to say. The CDC. Okay, I'll check it out later. Yeah, it's very frustrating. You pretty much have to find it yourself. Um, I'm just saying for here, like me in my town, Yeah, your doctors aren't going to help you get it. Oh my goodness. So in Washington, who's giving the vaccinations then? Yeah, see, Michael, before you came on, I was saying to Christine that in one way, I think the I think the system of like going through different groups of people is taking too long. I think they should have just done it by age. And I don't want to upset anyone or, like offend anyone or make anyone feel like they're non essential or anything. I'm just saying that going through this classification of who is essential and who isn't essential, and like all the medical professional first, and then like the people that work in stores and the firemen, EMTs, and going through this list and everything. Like it's just like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It seems to be taking longer to do it the way the CDC wants people to actually states to actually do it. And is it Florida? I think that's doing it by age. That is just doing the age thing and just like blimp. If you're this age, boom, now you can get the vaccine. Yeah, the snow. Well, see, when my friend got very sick, her and her daughters, they couldn't get their COVID tests because, like, our insurance, they were waiting on tests, but they weren't going to be delivered for like a week. See, exactly. Yes. I think the age, it's, yeah, you guys are doing it by the age. Um, but there's one or two states here in the US that are doing it by age too. Um, is Florida one of them, I think, that was doing it by age? Um, I'm pretty sure Florida is one, and there's another one or two states that are doing it by age, and it's quicker. It's just so much quicker. And that's part of the problem, doing it by the occupation and everything. And like I said, I'm not making light of, people in the medical field or anything, but I think it's just taken too damn long. And if they're so concerned about these variants and everything, well, maybe the CDC needs to move their butt and switch it up and just be like, instead of sticking to this formula where, you got to be in this classification or this classification, like, no, just do it by age. If all these people in nursing homes are done, then go up to the next age group. See, that's good, Christine. Like, I think that the CDC should have changed it. Like, hello, Kelly. How are you? Wow, well, you're lucky, Michael. I'm 56 and I'm ready to pull my hair out because it's just crazy. You just really got to do your own research and find your own find your own shot here. Now, see, that's what I don't understand, Judy. Like, you should have been vaccinated already. Like, that just makes no damn sense to me. Like, I know, the thing was, well, how do they decide who gets it first, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I agree, like the medical people should definitely have it. Um, and I, do agree that teachers should get it, but not all states make that a priority that teachers get vaccinated. And that's why in some states, schools are not back in because teachers' unions are like, no, we have teachers that have health conditions, have family members, and they want to be vaccinated before they go back in. Yeah, the healthcare here in the US is insane. It is. It is insane. It's it's a mess. It's just I don't know. Oh, okay, Judy, I got you. I got you. Yeah, I mean, it's very frustrating. Hello, Marcia. Indiana. Mm. See, like I said, it's a touchy subject, but I just think that it's just taken too long doing it by occupation. And maybe the CDC needs to change things up a bit and be like, okay, everybody in this age group can get it. You know what? Here in Pennsylvania, the virus is bad in a lot of prisons. It is bad. Um, my daughter-in-law is in a county prison, and it was bad there for a bit. I mean, that makes sense because they're crowded together like sardines. That makes perfect sense. Um, I mean, thing too, like the guards and everything, and other people that work there. That's a recipe for disaster right there, if you think about it. And what are you looking for, Mr. Oreo? He's over by my microwave and my coffee maker. I don't know what he's looking for. What are you looking for, buddy? Huh? Yes, I'm talking to you. What are you looking for, mister? Oh my gosh. What are you looking for? I'll give you a treat before I go to bed, buddy, okay? I'll give you a treat. You're not starving. He's sitting there looking at me and it's like, no. See, I also think where the US went wrong when these vaccines were being produced, instead of, just saying like, okay, this lab and this lab is, working on a vaccine. They're going to be, doing clinical trials, blah, blah, blah. But it's like our government jumped the gun and like, oh, we're going to have this vaccine and everybody's going to be able to get vaccinated and Operation Warp Speed, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't stop to think that there just would not be enough vaccine for everybody right off the bat. I think it would have been better if they wouldn't have announced as much about it. Maybe just, here and there, there's trials going on, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, behind the scenes, have been looking over the data and everything while these companies were manufacturing it, and they would have had more doses from the start. And we wouldn't be so, like, so uneven with the distribution. I think that is where the United States government messed up last year too. I don't think that they should have, you know, like made that big announcement. The clinical trials weren't even like a third of the way done. And they just made it sound like, oh, there's going to be all this vaccine and it does take time to produce it. And so, like you give people this false hope. And then when they realize, well, okay, these two different medications, like one has to be at a real cold temperature and one has to have a special, like, kind of freezer and this and that. And it's like, but maybe they should have held off making such a big announcement about it until, a substantial amount of doses could have been manufactured. That's like what I'm saying. Then, you would have had more to work with when they started actually doing the distribution. You know what? The UK bought it without it being passed. Hi, Sherry. Oh, I agree with you, Michael. It is. It's going to take a while, definitely. Um, See, Christine, Russia was vaccinating people without their trials actually being completed. China was vaccinating people without it. The US has um, so many different hoops you got to go through, which is a good thing because you don't want them passing something that, God forbid, could cause more problems or something worse than, the virus. But on the other hand, all that regulation and everything just like it takes up so much paperwork and peer review, and they got to have like these meetings about everything, and it's just like, I get, for safety's sake and everything, they have to do it, but other countries, like, this is another thing with the US that cracks me up. They go through this thing where it takes 5-6 years for a vaccination actually to be approved, right? But yet they come out with a lot of this crazy medication that within 6 months to a year is taken off the market because of horrible side effects. And it makes you wonder, well, where is all this, you know, paperwork and peer review and all that with that kind of stuff? Yeah, we're doing okay, Sherry. Ronnie is actually sleeping. His insomnia has been like really, really bad for him lately. Actually, it's been kicking my butt a little bit too. I don't have it to the degree that Ronnie does, but I want to say for like the past week and a half, it's been like a bit of a problem for me. Well, now see, if I contact the health department, it will take me to the Pennsylvania Department of Health, which in turn is going to have me fill out the same form I already filled out and everything. So I already went that route. What I have to do now pretty much on my own is go to vaccinefinder.org and see what that site's like. A lot of people claim that they got help through that site more than actually going on their state's actual website and trying to find providers and everything. It's doing good, doing good. I actually, I went through 2 boxes that I had downstairs. Excuse me. I went through 2 boxes downstairs, and it was mostly like small electronics, like power packs for my phones, wireless speakers, things like that. I had all these different USB cords and earbuds and stuff like that. And I dumped everything on the floor in my room, and I'm going through it and checking things like, okay, this works. Boom, good. I'll keep you. Nah, I'm not keeping you. And I went through all that little stuff. Um, I actually have some more books downstairs that I could bring back up and put in my parlor. So that'll bang out another bin downstairs. Um, I didn't get to actually paint this weekend because of the weather. Today it's been raining all day, and then yesterday it was actually snowing a little bit on and off. So, like, if it stops raining, I can go outside and take all them coffee cans and I can paint them and get them labeled, and boom, 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 I will have that one whole side done. And then I can tackle like the my candle stuff and everything. That actually would probably only take like maybe 2 hours for me to actually like reorganize that and rearrange it. Um, as much as it looks like a mess, it's not as bad as the actual pantry part with the food was. So yeah, I think as far as the pantry, the worst of that is pretty much done. It's just glassware now I've got to organize. Um, as far as like things downstairs, I have like pictures I have to bring back up. Um, I have some jackets downstairs I have to like bring back up. Some knickknacks, just like little things. And I'm gonna wait till like maybe the first week of March to actually start ordering like new curtains and stuff like that. Well, this is actually the first real decluttering I've done probably in years. I have 2 huge bags. I'm talking garbage bags, actually about this high, full of clothing and just like books and stuff like that, some electronics and different things that have to go um, to the Salvation Army store. And then I'm probably going to be starting another bag. Just different things. It's I don't know. It's the idea that I didn't do it for quite a while, and so now it's like it's a necessity. But it's good though because I mean, someone else can use something, so it is frustrating. It does get very frustrating, and um, see, normally I would do it like once a year, a good spring decluttering, but I actually haven't done it in a couple of years, so yeah, that's why it's kind of bad for me. Hi, Heather. It's good to hear from you. I would like to be doing chats again on a regular basis, Christine. I was in my parlor and I don't know why, but my internet was going totally goofy out there. I don't know why. It was so stupid. Um, because literally my modem is like behind me where I was sitting, like right on the other side of that wall. So it shouldn't have been doing that. Hi, Goldie. Yeah, I can't complain. Now my next decluttering is going to be paperwork. And there are certain things that I do hang on to, um, like for at least like 2 years or so. Um, for the most part, like most paperwork, like after a year, with the exception of tax documents, like you really should hang on to them longer. Um, but like I'm just gonna have paperwork to go through and clear that out. Like, it's raining here, Goldie. It's been raining all day. Yes, paperwork is a pain in the butt. It really truly it really is. You know what, Christine? There, oh my God, that that is somewhat my problem. I finally parted with a pair of camo leggings. They had a big hole on the left thigh, and I should have thrown them away like last year. And my thing was, oh, well, I could wear them around the house. Okay, yes, I could. And then my thing was, well, people wear torn jeans. I wear torn jeans, so like it's no big deal. Um, yeah, come on. I have like 22 pair of leggings. I don't need to hang on to a pair with the hole this big on the thigh. So I finally wore them for a last time and just threw them in the garbage. Like, nope, you're going. And then I had a black pair on and I noticed they had a big runner in them. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Another pair's going. It's, yeah, like when it comes to clothes, I'm something of a, I guess you could say like a pack rat. I hate to get rid of things once they become like my favorite. I don't want to. Um, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't like getting rid of clothes either. Hello, how is the weather in Phoenix? It is rainy here in Pennsylvania. Tell me that it's like nice and hot in Phoenix. Oh, cooler? Hmm. Still, 66 sounds like a heat wave right now. I wouldn't mind a 66-degree day. I really would not. Oh, God, 74. Oh, I would love 74 right now. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, I'm curious of something, and I wanted to bring this up because Right, exactly, Heather. Me too. Me too. Yeah, definitely. I'd be happy with 66-degree weather right now. I'd have my windows open for Pete's sake, getting fresh air in. Like, yeah, definitely. Um, I wanted to ask, whoever was going to be on tonight, um, has anyone seen Charity's videos back a few days ago with those weird lights that that thing she said it looked like a glowworm? I watched her videos, I watched her daughter's videos, and I thought, wow, what is going on over the skies in North Carolina? So I'm just curious because I'm fascinated with things like that. Um, Ronnie and I have seen, since we lived actually over in Freeland a couple of years ago outside of Hazelton, we have seen these yellow lights. They usually are in a group like three or four. They form patterns, they go dim, they get bright, and you can't even record them with a cell phone, at least no on Android, because they just like spin so fast. So Ronnie got a telescope, and we're hoping that springtime we can go out in the yard and actually maybe get an idea of what the hell it is that we see. So Charity's past couple of videos are really, really interesting. And her daughter's videos are really interesting too. And I was just curious, has anyone else seen odd things like going on um, in the sky? Like, I find all that kind of stuff very, very interesting. Um, and it just struck me as so weird too, because Charity was posting these videos, her daughter's posting these videos, and then I seen on the news that an American Airlines pilot um, seen something. And so it just makes me wonder, like, what's going on? What's going on over the skies? Like, yeah, it seems to be happening like a lot lately. I don't know what that might actually mean. RV and keep it rolling. Her name is Charity. She posted a couple of different videos, and like she got this thing and it looked like a glowworm like in the sky. It was like yellow and blue, and it was like, oh my god, it was just creepy looking. And then it's like the pictures that she took afterwards, it looked like a blue and yellow ball, and I'm like, wow, like crazy. Oh, she is. She's a very sweet lady. A very sweet lady. Um, but Michael, you know what I'm talking about. She got some really interesting videos and pictures. Same with her daughter. Um, Revenge of the Angels. That's her daughter's channel. She got some interesting things up too the past couple of days. And I was just curious. It's like, okay, they're in North Carolina. I was just curious if anybody else around the country seen interesting things. Oh, she is. She is a sweet lady. I told her and her daughter, I said, I wish you guys lived here in PA, I said, because I said, I'd have yous over for coffee every day. I said, yous would be my morning coffee pals. I said, I definitely have yous over for coffee every day. When I was down in South Carolina, whatchamacallit, I tried to connect with her, but her truck was still in the garage. And, like, we wound up coming back, like, a half a day earlier than when we were actually supposed to. So that didn't work out. So I'm hoping, like, maybe, springtime or going into summer, like, when I get back down there again, to actually be able to meet up with her. I really would love to meet her in person. I would love to meet this other lady, Teresa, in person. She's in Myrtle Beach. Um, well, you know what, Joni, I have plans for two other channels to go simultaneously with this channel, which means I'm just going to be busy all the time. I don't know if I will actually sleep once I have all three up and running. But the reason I am going to wind up having three different channels is because of just like different content. The channel I want to get up and running in the spring basically is going to be kind of like a continuation of what I was doing with my Halloween playlist, like using a necrophonic app, going to cemeteries, kind of like spooky stories, spooky experiences, um, roaming around the woods, going to like just different places and things like that. It's also going to be, like I said, it's going to be more, it's going to be like more, how do I say it? It's going to be like spooky, and it's going to be like witchy. It's going to be like, to do with like maybe paranormal, UFOs. It's going to be like a whole melting pot of different things that because if you guys remember, I got a lot of flack. Well, not a lot of flack, but I got some flack from a few people with that playlist. Just seemed to irritate a few ladies the wrong way. Yes, you're absolutely right. So that's why I thought that like starting a separate channel though that would focus on all those kind of things um would actually be better. Because like if you're not interested in that kind of thing, I would still have this channel going. So it gives people the option like, okay, well, I want to check that out. And, they can go over and subscribe to it. But like I said, if someone is like, yeah, I don't think I'm really interested in that, hey, that's perfectly fine. Same with when I figure out this gaming software that I have to do the hidden object games. Um, Two different people asked me if I got that channel up and running yet. I said no, because I'm trying to figure out by trial and error this gaming software. It's very basic, but if this is just basic gaming software, then I'll tell you what, I give a lot of the gamers credit because it's a little tricky to try and figure out just basic gaming software. Like it literally will record me as I'm playing, which is what I want. And then I'd be able to like just edit the videos and then put them up on that channel. But yeah, But see, with that channel, I would probably, as far as the hidden object games, that one I would probably only do like maybe 2 videos a week. I think with the other channel, with this channel, you know what I'm saying? Like I would be doing videos like more consistently with the two of them, especially when the weather breaks. Um, there's a few interesting cemeteries out of town I would love to go to during the day because they're old. They have a lot of wonderful history. Different towns here in Pennsylvania. Maybe do actually some rubbings. I used to do them years ago. Um, I was thinking about getting back into that because some are just like so unique. You want to um, catch that, you know, before they wear away more. So actually, I may get myself some charcoal and that and do that again when the weather clears up. But then I would also like to be there in the evening and use the Necrophonic app, use our meters. Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you guys. We got the actual meters too that light up if any like energy or that is around you. You know, like you see with the ghost hunters, they have the real good ones that they'll light up like the red, the yellow, whatever. Well, Ronnie and I got like a basic version of them too. So, and yeah, Roswell, Area 51. I think we all can agree that the government never tells its people everything. So, do I believe that something crashed in the desert? You're damn right, I do believe it. It was not no damn weather balloon. And any person that would be silly enough to believe that um, is is like I don't know, just like stupid to be brainwashed and really honestly believe that. Um, I think, you know, people have enough common sense to realize, okay, you know, think back to like in the 80s. And then like, you know, say we go into the 90s and this and that. And, you know, like all of a sudden, bam, we have the stealth bombers. And then it seemed like we jump ahead God knows how many years as far as technology. We have cell phones and you know we have computers and you know we have all these different things, you know, and the more advanced they get, the smaller they get and everything. Well, where did that all come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not kind of hard to see that some things happened somewhere that all of a sudden um, all of this happened. What caused it to all happen? Like within months and that of each other. Like here's the stealth bomber, and then you know, hey, here's the first computers and this and that, and it's like a whirlwind. Like every time you turn around, you know, something else is coming out, something else, some program. You know what, Joni? Someone someone actually did say that to me that yeah, a channel like that would actually take off quicker. Um and I said, well, you know what? It makes sense. I said because I think of some of the channels that I follow, like Heather's Hauntings and you know, different explorers and that do like different things like with paranormal and that too. And it's like this one guy, his younger brother just started a channel 2 months ago. And in 2 months, he went from like 200 subscribers to like 2,000. And I'm like, wow. And I'm, trying to reach like that milestone of 1,500. And, it's like, yeah, 2 years ago, like my channel blew up. And then it's like now it's just been like, slowly, steady growth. I would love to go through another growth spurt though. I really would, because that was actually kind of fun. But it's like, yeah, there's a lot of interest in those kind of things. Oh no, I plan on it. I do plan on it. Like when I realized I really enjoyed doing those videos at Halloween, I was like, I could see doing, doing this more often. Like it's interesting. Um, Not, like urban exploration per se, but like different towns, different, cemeteries, different things like that. Oh, Christine, no, I would still have this channel. This channel isn't going nowhere. I was talking with Joni about a second channel I want to get going in the springtime. And that channel has to do more with like paranormal, UFOs, witchy stuff, everything like, I guess you could say, everything that I wanted to do around Halloween, but didn't do because of how um, a few people were. So, yeah. Well, the funny thing is, though, Heather, the two main ladies that were having a fit were the two ladies that just started, talking nonsense, like assuming that, Ronnie used the stimulus to buy his TV. And what people forget is Ronnie's lived with me for several years now, but Ronnie never had a TV in his room, even when we lived in Freeland. Ronnie did not have a TV. He did not have a gaming system. Like he didn't have those kind of things. And so, he decided to treat himself. There's nothing wrong with that. He worked for that. Exactly, Michael. Yeah. And Kathy really, I don't know, like Kathy just totally surprised me with her and Jackie with that conversation about, yeah, 60-inch TVs aren't on the list. And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? This is like the first TV this kid has had. Even when he had his own apartment years ago, he didn't have like a good TV. So it's like, what is wrong with you ladies? Yeah, yeah, but exactly, Joni. Exactly. That's why, I had thought about that over the holidays, that a separate channel to do all them kind of things with um would probably just be better. You know what I mean? Because Um, yeah, I'll have like the freedom to, and it's going to be like, okay, the people that are going to be subscribed to it obviously are subscribed to it because they're interested in it. And so I'm, not going to be expecting, well, hopefully not any kind of, nonsense. Well, Michael, I remember the end of the summer. Um, yeah, I think it was August. I was doing a live and Jackie started about politics and she started about the virus and just running her spiel. And I think it was West Virginia mom said, hey, 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 we all see political stuff every day. There's no need for it. And this is not the place to have it here. So please stop. And twice, like she had to be told to, you know, like stop, just stop. Like I, I don't think she expected Ronnie to really lay into her when she said, "Oh, it's only 5% of the population that's affected." It's like, okay, so are you saying as 5% of the population, that's collateral damage? They're disposable? Yeah, sorry, lady, I don't think so. Nobody is disposable. Nobody's life has less worth than another person's. And to just have that kind of attitude was just like, wow, you are cold, lady. You are cold. Yeah, they would be separate, Joni. Oh, Ronnie did stand up to her. He really, truly did. And the funny thing is, she said she reported him to YouTube for his comments to her. No one contacted my son from YouTube. No one contacted me. I reported her and Kathy and, flagged their comments and everything. And that has been the end of it. I have not heard from either one of them, and that's perfectly fine. And that's good. Don't need to hear from them. Yeah, I was just really horrified that she would say something like that. She's like a very, I never really realized it about her, but she's a very critical person. And I don't even know what happened to Kathy. Kathy was a really cool lady. We used to talk all the time. She was the lady that put my name in for that contest and I won them flowers. Um, like we talked all the time. And then once she bought her house, I don't know, she became like this religious fanatic. And once she became this fanatic, she just totally changed. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't know. Oh no, they don't discourage me. I just think it's sad. Life is short and if that's the only thing you have to do with your time, well, hey, I'm glad that people do, you know. There was a YouTuber that Ronnie followed. She's a comedian. Like her and her boyfriend, they were doing different skits here on YouTube. She had her channel for several years. There was this stuff where they were making her, I don't know, fess up to something she had done or said or whatever years before. and people just kept hounding her about it. I don't know, stuff from her past back years ago or something. And they're like, she literally shut her channel down. Well, she was gone for like almost a year, but now she's back. She reactivated her YouTube. And I thought, good, because, like your subscribers should not run over your channel and tell you that you owe them an apology for something that you said in a video or something 5 years ago. Like if it wasn't addressed 5 years ago, don't address it now. It's in the past. Who cares? And I was just appalled that for like last summer, some people were just running over people's channels, and it's like, oh my God, it's crazy. No, I agree. I do agree that exactly. It's the misuse of it. Exactly, Michael. Yeah, exactly. And I said that last year. I said I don't want to talk about, politics. I don't want to talk about religion. You could talk about any other thing in the world, but not them, because even in my own family, it's very, divisive. So most certainly, it's they're touchy subjects. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I'm just too damn old for this ridiculous cancel culture crap, and it's like, whatever. Like, that is true. That is very true. That is true. Important topics are always volatile, yes. But people should be able to, you know, like get together and talk about an important topic. And different people should be able to, like state, their opinion on something or their take on the situation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, hearing other people's opinions and ideas. Sometimes it's good, to get out of one's comfort zone, step out of the box for a moment and look at something, the bigger picture, shall we say. But there's a way to do all that, like respectfully. There's just so many horrible people on social media now that you can't have like a good conversation with respectfully. They, just like are just very ignorant and nasty, and it's like, good God. And that's why I'm honestly like not on Facebook much anymore, because Facebook seems to be getting a little bit ridiculous with their censoring things. Case in point, Ronnie is very blunt. And when somebody, just is being an ass, he will tell them, you're being an ass. And if he's being an ass, hey, a good friend will say to him, like, yo, Ron, you're being an ass, Okay. But Facebook, the second Ronnie calls someone out on, say, misinformation, okay? Misinformation that could be fact checked. All right. Here's a good example. Um, Misinformation that can be fact checked. You could go online and look at statistics. So here's someone spouting to my own cousin, okay, who lost her father to COVID complications December 2nd, telling my cousin that she's lying. Like that this person didn't even know my cousin, did nothing. And to just say that, like because in their mind, there's no such thing as coronavirus. It's all a big lie. And, so with that train of thinking, like, saying to my cousin basically, like, really, are you going to keep lying? And it's like, oh my God, how dare you say that to her? Like, what kind of an ass are you? And Ronnie told this person what he thought, and boom, Facebook was on it. Before he even got a chance to, he went to delete his comment, Facebook blocked him for 30 days. And now Facebook is getting to the point of a lot of different people, their accounts are blocked for like 30 days because they dare call someone out for misinformation or, maybe like just a wrong opinion about something, um, or just spouting nonsense. And right off the bat, Facebook will be like, nope, we'll block your account. But they don't do anything to the person that's, spouting the nonsense. Like, hello, something wrong here. So Facebook is going through this very, I want to say, controlling, tightening the reins with Facebook. And that's why I'm hardly ever on it. Hello, Susan. How are you, honey? Exactly, Joni. Yes. Yeah, you know what, Joni? It's funny. There actually was a couple of channels that I personally unsubscribed from. Um, because they kind of started going in like a different, I don't know, like a different, I guess you could say, like, direction. And they just started getting a little bit weird. And I'm like, no. And no, I can see where this is going. Nope, bye. How are you doing, Susan? Oh, I can't stand Twitter. Oh my God, no. You know what, Susan? I have been so sore today. Um, between the arthritis with my knees and my fibro and then my back, um, I've been like in a lot of pain this past weekend. That was actually part of the reason why I was going to do the video in my parlor. I was just going to sit on the futon. It's, very comfortable, but yeah, for some reason, I don't know, the internet was just being wonky there. Just wonky. I'm sorry, honey. I hope you feel better soon. Do you have medication for it? Do you take anything for your lupus? Yeah, I just don't go on Facebook much. I go on, if anything, to watch the videos. I have a lot of like rock bands in the Facebook watch. Roxy the Crazy Goat Lady, Save a Fox Foundation, similar to what I have on my Instagram. Like a lot of the channels that I follow on Instagram, I have on Facebook Watch, and I love baby goats because they're just so dang cute. Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible, Susan. Yeah, I've been like that all weekend, even yesterday when it was just like Snow flurrying a little bit in that. It's just like, um, Michael, chronic fatigue often goes hand in hand with lupus, with fibro. Like I have fibro, with multiple sclerosis, with immune diseases. Chronic fatigue is usually like hand in hand. Um, I haven't had to deal with that much, I want to say, for like the past year, thank goodness. But back a few years ago, I really had issues with that. Yeah, it was kicking my butt a lot. I guess trolls are out. Yeah, it's just the weather and everything. And that's why I like the warm weather and why I, was like so gung ho about moving somewhere warm. Um, but like Charity had even said that rents down there in South Carolina are just they've gotten crazy. Teresa, she comments on here, music lover. She lives in Myrtle Beach. She said the rents are ridiculous. So, it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, there's like all kind of jobs and everything. I noticed, the few days I was down there, like, yeah, like, gosh, probably could get a job in like a half hour, honestly. Um, I love what I seen on some of the doors. Must be able to pass a drug test. Don't bother applying if you can't. I said, oh, they should do that in PA. Put that right on the door. Because there's a lot of people that wouldn't. But it's like, well, what the hell's going on with the crazy rents? Like, I don't understand it. Now, my building sold. Um, Wednesday, the owner is supposed to actually do a walkthrough here. And I I'm going to play devil's advocate and I'm just going to be very blunt and just be like, you know, are you planning on raising the rent? Because if somebody thinks, they bought the property and they're going to jack everyone's rent up to like 800 or something, um, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing it because it's just not worth it. It just isn't. It's not worth it. It's not my job or any tenant's job to, quick put money in a new owner's pocket because they're out all this money for buying a property. Um, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, but Susan, see, like even here in Pennsylvania, up in Kingston, I've seen a one bedroom for $950 a month. A one bedroom apartment? Come on. That's just nuts. That's ridiculous. And with so many people out of work and everything, where do they think people are coming up with this money? That's what makes no sense. I could see rents going through the roof if the minimum wage all of a sudden jumped from 7.25 to like $12 an hour or something. Yeah, then you see landlords jack the rent up. But we're in a pandemic. Why are the landlords jacking the rent up? I don't understand it. It's not making sense to me. Oh, I will someday get to go visit the UK. I would be afraid to fly, but you know what? They say that, like, once you've done it, like, your fear is, um, once you have flown one time, you're nowhere near as, scared and everything as you are that initial time. So I would be excited, but I would be nervous and a little scared because I've never flown, to like another state or flown overseas. But yet I would also be excited about it too because it's a first. It's like a bucket list thing for me. So, um, yeah, I would be sort of like half and half with that. I would be excited, but cautious and nervous. Yeah, no, Susan. I want to say right after I got back from South Carolina, I was on Craigslist and there Craigslist and I was on Facebook Marketplace. And there was an apartment in Kingston, a one bedroom apartment. It was going for $950. And I thought that is absolutely insane. But this is what is going on around the country. And, a few of my subs down in South Carolina and North Carolina and that have said, you know what, I'll try to look for a place for you, keep my eyes out for something for you, but the rents down here right now are higher than what you're paying there. So it's like, I don't know, just play it by ear. Guys, don't mind. I am going to light up a cigarette. I have actually been doing quite good. Yeah, almost 2 hours. So I'm going to light up a cigarette. I don't understand it, as I said, why the rents are going crazy. It, like, if a certain portion of the country is not working, why would you jack the rents up? I don't understand the logic with it. Like, Heather, do you have any idea why? Like, what is the landlord's logic for jacking the rent up, knowing that there's a pandemic and there's people who, are not working or only working part time? Christine, when you say council tax, when you're saying about a housing tax, are you talking about like a property tax? Because only homeowners pay a property tax here. Like renters don't pay a tax for renting. It's just that the rents are going up, not any particular tax. There is a moratorium and it was extended till June, Mike. But here's the problem. A judge in Tennessee and a judge in a few other states ruled in the favor of landlords and said that the federal government has no right to tell landlords they have to let people live in their property for free. Okay, so yeah, so there is a moratorium on evictions. A couple of states are appealing the judges' decisions because the judges rule for landlords. Why does everyone have to pay a council tax? Like, I'm just curious. Is that something like a okay, say like here in US, you have like the federal tax, state tax, city tax. Um, if you own property, you have to pay a property tax. We pay a sales tax on certain things. Um, like, so what exactly? I'm not nervous about it, Michael, but to be quite honest, um, this is an older building. It's over 100 years old. There hasn't been a hell of a lot done with it. Our apartment in particular has like no closets with the exception of Ronnie's room. And the wiring's not the greatest. Um, it's small, and I'm sorry, but I don't see, just saying hypothetically, if this person does want to raise it, I don't see hypothetically why me or any of my neighbors should be obligated to give this person an extra, say, an extra $800 a month because they went in the hole over $200,000 for this building. Like, that's not my problem and not my job. I think the problem with a lot of landlords is they depend on their tenants basically in a way. It's almost like, I don't want to say support. I want to say they depend too much on their tenants. And I think that's wrong. I think that as a property owner, you've got to have, your own business, a good job, whatever. Um, like you can't depend on your tenants to make up everything that you put out, put it that way. And I think that's like, basically, that's what I would say to the person. So, like, as soon as they get here, I'm just going to be like, I want to know, are you planning on raising the rent? Because, sorry, no, not happening. Mm-mm, no. And because when these landlords raise the rent, it's not like 50 or $100. Some of them, it's like 200, $250. And it's like, hell no. I'm sorry, but no. Um, like I question at times if this place is even worth 600, but then again, our heat's included, which is a rarity nowadays. So that is a good thing. That's also something that a new owner can turn around and change all that up. And it's the idea of, hey, okay, like if you're going to switch things up down the road, well, I'm not paying you more rent if I've got to pay for my heat. My money situation is what it is. And, more money isn't going to fall from the damn sky. Yeah, Christine, that would be exactly here. It's state tax to pay for like fire and the garbage. Well, city here for me does like with the garbage, the teachers' salaries, police. So I understand it now. Oh yeah, I want to know. I paid my landlord, for March. I paid him 2 days ago, and I he had said, then the new person's going to be here Wednesday, which is going to be interesting because a few hours before that, I had my eye exam. And my eyes always get wonky when I get those drops. Like my eyes take a long time when they're like dilated and everything. That doesn't wear off quick for me. That lasts hours. And so, like, I might actually have like my glasses on or something at the house, and I'm going to be like just, you know, miserable because that is just like the weirdest feeling when your eyes are like that. And, like most people wears off like a half hour, 45 minutes. No, for me, it takes like 4 or 5 hours, if no longer, to wear off. And, doing a walkthrough, and I'm thinking, well, did you buy the property and not see it? Like, I don't understand that. Like, who buys a property but doesn't see it? That seems rather stupid. I don't understand how people do this. I really don't. Well, this person's going to find out. There's a lot of small things around here. Um, really? Does that eye color have something to do with that? Because honest to gods, I hate them damn drops. I know they're necessary, but for heaven's sake, like, yeah, my eyes are all dilated and everything. I look like I'm freaking all toked out. Oh, money hungry, definitely, but this is not the time in the world to be money hungry, though. I mean, to be cautious. Yeah, even when I was a kid, Heather, I had an issue with those drops. My eyes used to take a while to get back to normal. It's crazy. An investment for their future. Um, yeah, but like that's absolutely ridiculous because my thought is, yeah, what future? Um, the world's not in great shape right now. So I don't see what the logic is in buying property. I don't. If anything, I'd rather go buy gold bars, go buy Bitcoin. I wouldn't buy property. If I had money like that to spend, I would go buy a couple of bars of gold. I would go buy some Bitcoin, but I wouldn't buy property. Not now, no. No, Christine, I wish I did live near a beach. No. Um, I'm in a city. It's a small city. Trying to think. There is beaches outside of my city. There is Hickory Run, there's a beach. Huh? Yeah, we're in what's called like the Pocono region, which is more known for like skiing and all that, the winter stuff. But there is different like swimming spots that there is beaches. There is like Hickory Run, for example. I hope I get to go there this summer because that would be like a cool video. There's some interesting rocks and everything, and the water just pours over. It's a real nice spot in the summer to cool off. There's a couple of different places to swim, but they always wind up getting closed down because of bacteria. Um, so, like, yeah, it's kind of stinks. There's a couple of like small state parks that have like a beach area, and water to swim. But the past 2, 3 years, they always get shut down for a while because of different bacteria.
Flesh-eating bacteria show up in the water, which is scary.
Yeah, I don't know, Susan. It's like, you know what? The one landlord I had years ago when I was living on Broad Street here in Hazelton, he was from New York. When I lived on 19th and James, now that lady though, she was not a bad landlord. She was actually pretty good. She was from Jersey. She used to come up every month and see her tenants. So like, yeah, they buy up these properties in different small towns. Well, this guy is from, oh, where did I say, Ronnie, that he was from? Maine or Massachusetts or
Who?
that the guy who's coming here Wednesday to check the property?
I think Massachusetts.
I think my landlord said Massachusetts. He said he must have family around here. And I was like, okay. Because I said, well, is it somebody local? No, he said he's from Massachusetts. And I'm like, the one thing I hate about having to, oh no, there is a lot of beaches in America. California, a lot of beaches. Florida, a lot of beaches. Like Arizona is a hot climate. Jersey, there's beaches. New York, there is actually beaches too. But like there's a lot of states that don't. You've probably seen like maybe California or Florida, probably one of them two states. Yeah, I don't know. It's all crazy. Definitely is. I wish there was a beach here in Hazelton, Christine. I'd like it if there was a beach. Ah, your brother was down south. Did he stay there? Um, did he stay there, Christine, or did he go back to the UK? Thank you, Susan. I really didn't do anything but just blow dry it. Yeah, odds are good, guys, that maybe end of March. Um, I'm going to be going, my hair color is going to be going darker. Odds are very, very good that this color here is probably what all my hair is going to look like because it took so long for my roots up here to actually lighten this last time that even my granddaughter was like, wow. And I had said to her, yeah, my roots are so hard to color anymore. So even though I try to be careful, I still wind up frying some of my hair a bit. My granddaughter actually trimmed my hair for me last week. She was here. And so, yeah, I'm really seriously thinking about just hanging up the bleach bottles, give my hair a break, and just go with darker. I have pictures on my Facebook that I have my hair darker. Um, this was actually called white chocolate. It's a real light, um, It's supposed to be like a very light ash blonde. I like the color, but the problem is that my roots, as they come in, are just harder and harder to lighten. And this past time, it took almost 2 hours for my roots to lighten. So, yeah, that's just getting to be ridiculous. Well, I had my hair darker when I was younger. In my 30s, actually into my 40s, my hair was like a medium brown. I would like to do a darker brown though. Like this is a dark brown. This actually is what my granddaughter colors her hair. She darkens hers actually to brown. So I have my hair like a medium brown, but I actually like this dark brown. Oh, well, thank you. Um, it just would give my hair a much needed break. Definitely a much needed break. Oh, I'm sorry, Christine. I didn't see it. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you. It also would be less upkeep. Um, I could actually get away with the root touch-up. Clairol has the root touch-up. Um, so I could use something like that in between coloring in. So, yeah, it would actually improve the health of my hair. Yes, I was a redhead. Um, I was a redhead. Um, I have trying to think if I have any pictures on my Facebook when my hair was red. I'm not sure. I had my hair a mahogany, burgundy. I had my hair like a dark pink. Um, I had my hair like a real dark. It was called black cherry. It was red, but it had like a darker brown in it. Black cherry, that was a real nice color. Um, I also had my hair like a strawberry blonde. Oh, can't stand that. That looks horrible on me. Ugh. Um, a like a strawberry blonde does not look good on me. It just I don't like it. It doesn't look good. Uh a coppery red color doesn't look good on me either. But now like the darker reds actually do. The darker, like I said, mahogany, burgundy, chestnut, and that. The problem with the reds is, and it's a shame because I have my hair like red for like almost 2 years. The problem is they fade out so much. They fade so much. Even if you're using shampoo specifically made, for like a red hair color, and red is just such a hard color to keep. It really is. Oh, wow, Christine. See, if I didn't, lighten my hair, my hair is a dirty blonde. Well, with gray in it now, some grays, but that is like what my hair color is. And I don't like it though because it's a flat color. Um, like some people have like blonde hair that just looks like, shiny and it's like healthy looking and that. And when my hair got darker as a little girl and that as I got older, it was just always this flat, dirty blonde. Like it had no gloss, no nothing. So I'm actually thinking it may be the grays coming through in my roots that is actually giving me an issue when I go to do my roots because they say like grays are harder to lighten. Um, so that is probably what some of my issue is too. So yeah, no, I did actually have my hair auburn. I don't have the box anymore. I forget what this particular brown is. Um, I'd have to look on Garnier, but Garnier. Um, I think it was something like chestnut though. Um, because my granddaughter actually uses the same color. She used to lighten her hair because she had blonde hair as a little girl. Hers got darker. My oldest son had the blonde hair as a little boy. His hair got darker. Um, he used to bleach his when he was in high school. And my granddaughter used to color hers, and then she just got sick of it. Oh, I started getting grays in my hair when I was 29, 30. I would like to think I am sort of aging well. Um, some people don't believe I'm 56, so yeah, I think I'm doing something right. Well, I'll tell you what, Christine, when you're going to, do your roots, um, watch my video because I'm going to do a poll. Um, and I'm going to have pictures of like my hair when it was darker, when I was like in my 30s, going in my 40s, and then I went back to blonde. Um, and I'm going to do a poll just to see what people think. And you'll have like different pictures for reference. Thank you, Michael. My grandmother had like very light blonde hair and her stayed light. And so when she went gray, it literally like just her hair turned gradually like into gray. And she used to have her hair, she get trimmed once a year. She used to let it grow out. She'd get cut to her shoulders and she would keep it in a braid once it started getting long. Um, when it was shorter, she used to sometimes like put some curls in the front and she would have like barrettes in it in the front of that. But her hair just like went gray so nice. Like not like some people's hair as it gets gray, it's kind of like blotchy like. No, hers like, I don't know, just like literally boom, it went from blonde to gray. Um and like her hair was gorgeous as gray. It looked really nice on her. Um I know a lot of gentlemen when my grandma was in her 60s used to like flirt with her and everything, and I guess they thought she was a platinum blonde, and she wasn't a platinum blonde, she was gray, but it was like a platinum gray on her, and it was just my grandmother had beautiful hair. My grandmother had gorgeous skin. Like my grandmother in her 60s could have passed for being in her early 40s. It was just amazing. Oh, I remember saying to my kids when they'd be bad, yous are gonna give me gray hair before I'm 30, or, I'm surprised I'm not bald. Like, yeah, I used to say that. You know what, Christine? I haven't had my hair that that long. I want to say mid 40s, and my hair was down to like about here. Um, I would do that. I would like do like I'd have my hair up on top of my head and the fountain. Like I do that in the summertime because that's like the coolest way to be doing housework or that. Just have it all up and then like a fountain. I don't know if I'd really have the patience to let my hair grow that long. I would love to try. I see it in Kellogg, and there's a few people that I know who actually use this stuff that say it does make your hair grow longer, quicker. I don't know. I might try it maybe in the springtime. Um, there's this one kind of shampoo that is supposed to like really, really make your hair grow. And if it really would actually work, I would let my hair grow down, like let it grow that long, just for the heck of it, because I haven't had my hair that long in years. When I was in junior high, my hair was long, and then my mother cut it all short, and I was like, why? And I had no say in it. She just like, no, I'm cutting your hair for school. I thought she was just trimming my hair. No, she cut it. Oh, it's okay, Susan. I understand what you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. Yikes. Well, I'm prone to dry eyes now as I got older. And if I forget to put my drops in, I cannot see like when I first wake up, like I can't see the text properly. Everything is like just terrible. I can't make it out. And I'm like, huh, what? Like, oh my God, it's terrible. So if somebody sent me a message, I will, just like try to do a voice clip back, like, hey, my eyes are a little wonky right now. Can you just send me a voice clip, you know? Provided we're still going to be living here this summer, yes, I would do a garden again. Absolutely. Gonna do something a little bit different this year. I said to Ronnie, those stones in the walkway there, like in between both parts of the garden, they're really uneven. They're lopsided. I actually turned my ankle a few times on them. They're very, very uneven. I thought maybe just getting them up and just like, rigging over the soil good, trying to level everything out. Um, I'd store them, like alongside the shed or something, and just get some of this wire fencing that we had last year. I'm not seeing it in Dollar General right now yet, but if I come across any more of that, I'm going to get more of them. I like them. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be growing my own lettuce this year. Going to get maybe 2 more really big pots and try to grow like 2 heads of lettuce in each pot because uh, that was good. Susan, my mom, believe that. I don't look good with short hair. When I was in 8th grade, um, I had Dorothy Hamill's haircut, the wedge.
You know what we should tell, or we should tell the guy on Wednesday too, about the front porch, how there's that one spot that fucking, it leaks, water runs down the wall.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Um, I had the Dorothy Hamill wedge, and I liked it, and it grew out nice. And I had them big glasses back in the day because they were in style, and I had my initial on them and a little like rhinestone and everything. But my mom got her hair cut real short, real severe, and my mom and I had the same nose. And it's just the idea that when I seen, like my mom, and I thought, oh my God, that haircut is just not becoming on you. It's like so severe. And no, 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 it doesn't look good. And it dawned on me, when I went back and looked at pictures of me with real short hair, I'm like, oh God, this doesn't look good on me. So I won't do short hair, like real short hair, because it just does not look good on me. My nose, it just, no, no, it does not look good on me. I won't. I like having hair. I don't mind. Um, no, like my grandmother never had her hair short. My grandmother had her hair actually got pretty long when she passed away. Her hair was down to like the middle of her back. My grandmother never had her hair cut short. My mom did, but I'm sorry it didn't look good on her. And I felt bad saying that to her. But when I realized, it just did not become her, and then I thought, well, you and I had the same nose. And I was looking at pictures of me. I'm like, oh my God, no, I did not look good. Why did I think I looked good like this? Like, no. So, no, I would never get my hair short like that. I like the longer hair too. Like I said, I just, yeah. Well, my nose just being the way it is, I have a little bit of a ski jump nose and just short hair. It's not very becoming. And my mom had the same nose. But now, if you see pictures of my mom when her hair was like a little longer, at least to her shoulders or that, look good on her. But when she had that real short, severe haircut, it just was not becoming on her. And I had said to her mom, I said, the worst thing you and I could ever have done is get our hair cut short. It does not look good on us. I said to her, I'm sorry, but it's not becoming on us. Like, now I could see maybe, like say, getting one of those bobs, like the ones that are like angled, that are like, say, a little shorter in the back and then come at the angle in the front, like with the front's longer, like than the back. Um, those are cute. Like that kind of a haircut I would consider getting, like in my 60s or something if I honestly like didn't want to deal with longer hair. Those kind of bobs and that, like with the shorter in the back and then the angled cut going like down. I like them. They're cute and I think they look nice on a lot of women. But like real short hair, oh hell no. No, 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 no. Yeah, it's just that I don't think real short hair looks good on me. I think it emphasizes my nose that I try to minimize. Um, I don't know. I don't, yeah. But now I do like bobs. I mean, I tried to talk my mom into letting her hair grow out years ago and get something like that. I thought it would look nice on her, would have been, very easy upkeep for her. Um, yeah, that is true. That is true. I think my all-time favorite hairstyle when I was younger was Farrah Fawcett's haircut. You remember Farrah Fawcett?
Just get over.
And she was so pretty.
How late am I to this, by the way?
It's already been going 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Why not? Because I took a
I
nap.
know he took a nap. I had my hair like Farrah Fawcett's when I was in
Sorry, guys. I was going to really be part of this a lot sooner.
just starting high school.
I took a nap.
Um,
You need to be over a little bit more.
I want to go get another cup of coffee.
Oh.
Hang on, guys. Ronnie is sitting down. Yep, Farrah Fawcett. I had my hair like that. By the time I graduated high school, I started my senior year with short hair, and my hair grew.
Forget this. We'll switch seats. I'll be here. You can be over there for once.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Sorry for being late. I took a nap, and with the weather being kind of cruddy here, it was just more comfortable to lay in bed for almost the whole day.
See, Susan's in a lot of pain today too with her lupus and it. I told her.
Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing tonight?
I told her all weekend.
Yeah.
I've been in pain. I've been taking acetaminophen and tramadol like crazy. Oh, Michael, Lipton that comes on my life.
Yeah.
He got his shot in Alabama, and I was explaining to them how weird it is. Like here in Pennsylvania,
I'm glad to hear everybody's doing great. It's like really rainy out, really foggy actually tonight. You barely see any city lights anywhere.
Christine was.
I missed half of your mom's chat. Like I just said, I came into this late. I originally was going to come into this around the same time she did, but I mean, it is what it is. Okay, more coffee. I need it. You might want to scooch a little closer to me too, so you're actually in the frame too.
Oh. Oh.
Actually, wait. There we go.
Hello, music lover. How are you?
There we go. Naps are the best. They are when it comes to what.
Yeah,
just,
Michael, when I
really
graduated high school, I had my hair. By the time I graduated high school, I had my hair like Farrah Fawcett's. I also had my hair like Bo Derek's for a while. Remember Bo Derek with all the braids and the beads? My grandmother spent 4 hours in the kitchen doing my hair for me with the beads. And I had my hair like that for like about a month with those braids and the beads and everything. And then when people thought that I got a perm after I let the beads out and everything, I went back to having my hair in the braids, and like the snobby girls went and spent like $75 on those perms that their hair was all out to like here.
Mom, do you see this?
And my hair was like
you see that?
But mine was just from the braids. Yeah, the way you were sleeping.
Yeah. Oh,
and
whatever.
They gave me a dirty look because they thought I actually had a perm, and no, it was just from the braids. And then I went back to the braids, and they're all like, they're stuff with the perms, like,
It's not showing in this light, but for everyone that doesn't know, my hair is actually silver colored, but it's not showing in this because this light is shit. But yeah, it's silver. A lot easier for me to do it like that for when I do wear the wig for Eris eventually, because it's just so much easier than actually just having to put a ball cap on and then that on top of that.
Well, I was able to do like the sides myself because I went and got the beads and everything for it, but I couldn't do the back. So my grandmother spent 4 hours when I was in high school doing my hair with them.
Oh, if you would have known me and seen me years ago, Heather, like a long time ago when I had long hair and I woke up with having bad hair, you'd swear I walked out as Medusa, because like my hair would just be like everywhere in which way. It's like, hi, I'm alive. My hair.
All
not
right,
so much.
Christine. Well, you go get some rest, dear. It was wonderful talking to you, honey. Yeah, 4 a.m. See, you need to go get some rest. I'll talk to you soon.
I believe they're like 5 to 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, she said it's 4 a.m. in the UK. Good night, Christine. Take care.
Good night.
Yes, Christy from Three's Company with the pigtails in the side of her head. Yep. I used to do that. Oh my God, I'm trying to think what that actress's name was. I'm thinking of the theme music for the show, Three's Company. Come on, knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Suzanne Summers. There we go. Suzanne Summers. Yeah. She actually aged gracefully. I've seen pictures of her over the years. She actually aged gracefully. Hello, Rose. How are you, honey?
Thank you, Susan Lammer.
Suzanne Summers. Yep, I had to think for a moment. I was playing the music in my head. Come on, knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Yeah, she is very attractive. Yeah, she aged gracefully.
The way this was done, though, was actually done by my niece, who is a cosmetologist.
I've been achy all weekend, Rose. It's this damn weather.
Yeah, it's been dreary.
My back,
rainy and dreary.
My knees, like, oh my God.
I mean, it's been
been
warm. It's been
horrible.
warming during the day. It's been above like in the 30, like the 30 to 40 during the day, but it's starting to get to a point now where like if it rains, it's at night it's dipping back down to below freezing, so then it just ices over anyway. The warmth was kind of nice when we had it, a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Because now all the remaining snow just looks like, ugh.
Hi,
Hi,
Terry.
Terry.
How are you?
Hi, everyone coming in.
Terry, is it raining up your way? She lives up on the mountain here in
PA. Is she in the Poconos too, like we are? Terry?
Well,
you said she's in what part of PA? She's
more in like northern PA, but she's actually by part of the Rails to Trails.
Okay, well then she's still part of the Pocono region, like we are. We're just like the very edge of it.
I was trying to explain. Yep, you got the rain too.
Nope, I live in North Bend, PA. See, I don't know where that is. I never heard of that. Actually, wait, no, have I? I don't know. I'm horrible, Terry. If someone were to sit there and ask you about what all the 60-some counties of Pennsylvania
She's
are,
on a mountain.
I could only name like 5 of them.
Yeah, it's just been horrible. And then like yesterday, there was like some.
I'm about 2 hours away from you.
Oh, is that all? I thought you were like.
I thought you were closer.
No, I actually thought she was farther. Oh, Rose, no, not the rain, not this weekend. Sometimes I don't mind it, but this weekend it just kicked my butt.
Mom,
my back hurting, and oh my God.
Pennsylvania isn't so much of a large state as it is wide. Like if you were to drive from like the very edge of like the Ohio PA border to the like Delaware PA border, I think it's like 3.5, 4 hours in total. Whereas if you were to drive from like Maryland PA border to the New York PA border, it's like an hour and a half. I think that's how it goes. I think that's the thing. Somewhere around that kind of time frame, I think.
Oh, Susan, it was so nice when I was down in South Carolina.
Because I think we're like the 4th or 5th largest state.
Hi, Tanya. Yeah, it's been raining crazy here too.
Yes, I've heard of Lock Haven, PA. I know where that is.
Michael, it's funny. My cousin lives in Philadelphia.
We're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
We're more so northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is considered Northeast PA. I want to say we're actually not that far from the Poconos.
Oh, so Tanya, you're part of the whole larger Allentown, Philadelphia metropolitan area, because Allentown's like not that far away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you are, Terry. I've actually been through that way in like a vehicle with other people, not myself. Secret, which actually reminds me, Sandy did call me earlier and asked me if I wanted to go for a little adventure with them earlier, but I was like, no, I don't feel good.
Well, you know what? Here's the good thing, Susan. My friend and her daughters, they really did think that they all had COVID, but no, they don't. The girls have really bad bronchitis, and my friend has pneumonia.
Is Pennsylvania mountainous? The eastern half is yes, because the Appalachian Mountain Range runs through much of the eastern counties, like Chester County, Lehigh County, our county, Luzerne, Wyoming, Susquehanna County.
Yeah.
And not so much Western PA. Western PA, it's more like flat plateaus, like weathered, worn plateaus and valleys.
Oh, I've been to Lancaster.
So with
I've been to Lancaster.
I mean, the part of Pennsylvania we live in is technically called the Blue Mountains. So,
oh my God, pneumonia. Yes, I had pneumonia. Oh God. I had it actually twice. I had it in my late 20s when my kids were little. We all had walking pneumonia, basically. It was weird. I don't know how we all got it, but
the funny thing is, Michael, when people ask, if you're from Pennsylvania, most people think, of cities like Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or Harrisburg or just industrial cities that come to mind. When in reality, much of Pennsylvania is just forested mountains for like hundreds of miles, with cities dotting it here and there.
Right.
It's more forested and mountainous than city.
But I was
unless you live down the Susquehanna River Valley, then every inch of the river is just city, period.
Yeah. I want to say in my 30s, I was running machines and I was doing welding in this one factory here in town. They used to open the doors because it would get so hot with all these machines running. And I wound up with walking pneumonia. And my right lung collapsed.
Was that when you were working for
Thorn Cajun?
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's when my lung collapsed.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I actually still can remember that. Because I remember you were like really, really sick. I came out all worried. I was like, "Mommy, are you okay?"
One years were sitting by me on a couch.
Mm.
And I started coughing.
Me.
And it felt like someone punched me in my back shoulder blade. And that was when my lung collapsed.
Yeah,
I
actually can still vividly remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what my friend has. And I said to her, well, thank God it's not the other thing.
Okay, then you know what? I hate to make a comparison of like that, but then I know how you felt when, in that regard, when I was hit by the car on Stockton Mountain Road and I couldn't breathe out of my right lung. The whole side of me that got hit, I couldn't breathe at all, if you remember.
Yeah, but here's the weird thing. I was able to breathe. When your dad took me up to the ER that time, and I told them what happened because I took that really bad coughing spell.
I don't know. I still to this day don't know.
I was standing outside smoking a cigarette, didn't hear my lung collapse 15%, and I didn't know it. I'm outside the hospital smoking a cigarette.
I still to this day don't know how the hell I managed.
I don't know how you made it home. You scared the shit out of me when you came through the door.
From Stockton Mountain to Freeland, as injured as I was, but I somehow I did it. I don't know how, but somehow I did it. And then I said to her, call an ambulance because I was hit by a car on Stockton Mountain Road, and I can't breathe.
Yeah, Lancaster is a nice area. All the farms, the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Miracles happen every day. That's what the hospital told me. They told me that with how hard the impact was, that I should have had broken
injuries,
bones and whatnot, and it was astonishing then that I didn't. I was just happy I didn't.
But they were never found out.
It was never found who hit me. State police tried. I even had a former city officer who became a state trooper spend a lot of his own personal time trying to hunt down the vehicle that hit me. But there's very little information I could give them because the car that hit me just flew up the mountain road so fast, and not even on the road. It was actually on the gravel alongside the road that hit me, and it just happened so quick that there was almost very little information I could give them. So there was very little runoff. So it really wasn't much he could do. I wouldn't say
Yeah, do you
Lancaster.
guys want to hear
Hold on.
something?
I wouldn't say Lancaster is where the Amish live. It's more so just where they happened to have settled and established themselves, Lancaster. But yeah, it is Amish territory. That and
Yeah.
that and I think Lycoming County are too, a bit.
Lancaster, yeah, a lot of the families there are out there in like the farms and that there is
They're the
Amish
families.
communities.
They're the families that you'll see. Like if you've ever been to Knobles in the summer, they're the families that you'll see that are Amish that are at Knobles here in PA. They're them because they're from down that way, Catawissa and all that.
Yeah, and I was well, actually, those ones I think are the Mennonites. The ones you see with the cell phones and that, but still the women still have the caps on.
Yeah,
that.
but they're still Amish.
Yeah, but they're the Mennonites.
They're the more
they're more
progressive part of their community.
Yeah, they have cell phones. The Mennonites don't have that thing about technology. They have TVs, they drive cars, they use cell phones. Down around Catawissa, Ellisburg, where Knobles is my absolute favorite amusement park. So many wonderful memories there.
Actually,
you'll see a lot of the women and children
actually,
down
Mom,
there.
now that I think about it, the whole time that we went to we took the drive down to Mount Joy on Hershey, down by Hershey. If you remember, we actually saw a lot of Amish people on the way down there because that's all Amish country down there, Hershey and all that.
Oh, here we go. Well, the trolls weren't too bad tonight.
What, is that someone that's been a problem tonight too?
No, but you could tell it's
report them too. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I would say unwanted. Well, it's not harassment. I would just say unwanted.
Yeah, but it's not commercial content, so.
Oh, well, yeah, true. I mean,
there, blimp.
Actually, I think the Amish are interesting. There's a lot of Amish in my county too. There probably is large communities of them everywhere. It really honestly just probably depends on where they decide to establish themselves, probably like 100 to 150 years ago or whatever, wherever they ended up landing in PA.
Yeah, down at the hometown auction.
Because you'll see them in Jim Thorpe a lot too.
Yes, there is some down
Amish
that area. Yeah. The hometown auction that like I try to get to a couple of times in the summer. There is some Amish families that have businesses there. They make all these different cheese breads. They
and ice cream and
make their own cheese.
Amish ice cream is so good.
They make like their own bread. They bring their eggs from their chickens.
Their own soaps.
Yeah,
their soaps smell amazing, by the way.
Yeah, they make like a lot of different it was some kind of meat thing that Tony used to get. Because Debbie yelled at him that it wasn't good for him with his heart. It was something that the Amish used to have.
What did Debbie know?
It was something, it almost looked like a stick of pepperoni, but it was some sort of like meat. Similar to pepperoni, but not. But they made it all on their farms.
I don't think I've ever had it to know what you're talking about.
I did have a bite of it. It was actually good. Get down there this summer, and if I see it, I'll get some. I really loved like the different cheese spreads that they made. They were like so good for bagels and that. Like, ooh, a bunch of different ones.
Pectin? Am I spelling it wrong? I'm sure. Are you talking about in regards to the soap, Heather? Because like I only know pectin in the sense of like fruit, jams and fruit.
Oh yeah, they do make their
gelatin
own.
And stuff.
Yes, they do make their own. Yeah, they some of them have like the baked goods and that. They make their own pies, their own cakes.
And
Jam.
I only know about that because of I don't know if you know who Emmy Maid is, the Chinese woman who cooks a lot and bakes things a lot. She like tries things out on her YouTube channel. I only know about what pectin is because of her making smooth
Yeah, that
bread.
sounds familiar, Susan. I think that's it. It looks it looks almost like a thin stick of pepperoni, but it's like a little bit darker than pepperoni, but it has almost like a similar kind of taste. It was really good. My ex-boyfriend Tony used to like it.
Although I'm not sure if like jam and jelly has pectin in it or if it's gelatin. I'm pretty sure it's gelatin. I think pectin is more so like along the lines of like what agar agar is, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so some of the Amish, they do the meats and the dairy. The some are bakers. They have all kind of pies and make their own flour. And oh my gosh. Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, oh, don't.
Long and skinny.
I probably am too.
Yes, yeah, Susan. It almost looks like a stick of pepperoni, except that pepperoni is usually like about this wide. And then this is, I want to say like this, like it's about half the width. But it's really good. It reminds me of pepperoni in a way, a little bit of similarity. Um, it's really good. But they like process all that on their farms and that, and sell all that at the hometown auction, which is like really cool. And then some of them they do their own shampoos, their own bath soap. Yeah, yeah, almost, except that the end is like rounded like a pepperoni stick would be. It doesn't have the even. Yeah, you're right, Susan. Yeah. Um, really tasty though. Very good. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, when I brought home a couple of dozen eggs 2 summers ago from their farms, the chickens and that, well, when I was making like dippy eggs and everything, guess what? The eggs were like twice the size as compared to like the eggs that you get in the supermarket. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, yeah. The yolks were actually, I think, like bigger and more golden. And when you actually fried the eggs up, I mean, like you had a good size, like egg, looking at you like, whoa.
Yeah, but don't forget, you're dealing with two entirely different ways of raising animals from, you know, a personal farm as opposed to an overly commercialized and way overly processed farm.
Commercial farming is disgusting. I've seen enough videos that make me want to cry, and it's just like sick.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Yeah, I'm not going there either.
Good night. Good night, Terry.
Good night, Terry. It was good talking to you, honey.
I don't know. What would you technically consider us? City? I mean, we're like almost on the very edge of city. I mean, we're in the portion of Hazleton where we're like more so towards the region that goes towards like Harley and all that, technically.
Yeah.
Ebervale and all that.
Oh, that sounds interesting, Heather. There's an older gentleman. I watch his videos sometimes. Him and his wife. It's a homesteading channel. He's written a couple of books like about prepping for like natural disasters, gardening and things. The wife and him, he sells them on Amazon. An older gentleman, seems like really, really nice. His wife doesn't like getting on the camera talking, but he does.
I go hiking a lot, and occasionally I'll see long abandoned I guess not watchtowers, but like the things they set up in the trees. So they look like chairs floating in midair. Where they'll sit.
Yeah.
I'll see those sometimes. Like the perches. It's like, huh. It's like, how could you sit up there for like a whole day just waiting to see something? I don't have that patience. I couldn't do that.
imagine, Mike, it does, help if you fish and you hunt and you know how to do all that. Like your own home repairs. Also too, I think canning, like gardening and canning and stuff like that is good to know too.
Basically the same kind of stuff you'd see on Little House on the Prairie. If you really want to be successful doing that, you'd have to know all that. How to build a house from tree logs, how to do all that. I can't
think of the
if you want to be successful doing it.
Name. He's an older guy. He's written a few books. He published them on Amazon. His wife is from the Philippines. She doesn't like being on the camera, like when he's doing the videos. She has her own channel, but you could tell like she doesn't like them. She doesn't like being in the camera like as much as her husband. He'll sit out with his coffee.
You're looking for Bigfoot. I mean,
oh, Susan, my other channel when it's up and running. Yes, we should go over to McAdoo, combing around the woods looking for Bigfoot.
I would, but I don't believe he's in the state. I've always believed he's more of a Northwest Pacific kind of entity. That's not to say that there isn't things here that probably are along the same kind of.
Oh no, my cousin.
Along the same kind of nature as Bigfoot, but I don't think they're whatever Bigfoot is themselves. I think they might maybe be offshoots of them or whatever.
Yeah, if my cousin Valerie, when she was a little girl, her family, they lived in a small town outside of Freeland called Drifton.
Very small.
They
you could drive through it in like a minute.
They had a modular home there. And my cousin remembers hearing this horrible scream one night. And her mother even was looking out the window, and she went around and made sure all the windows were locked.
My first look at
everything.
My first live stream with you. Hi. Glad it's your first live stream. I'm glad you're here.
Hi, Gigi.
Welcome to the. I don't know, what would you call? What would you? We have to give a name to our community. What would you guys like? What would you guys like to call yourselves, or have us call yous? YouTubers have communities. I think we should too. What would you guys want us to refer to you guys as, or have you guys refer to yourselves as in regards to us?
Yeah, that's a good question. But my cousin heard this god-awful sound and said it scared her so bad she slept sitting up in the corner of her bed in a room. Well, fast forward 20-some years later, she's living in McAdoo.
Heather, I don't mean to cut you off. Heather, I like to think stories of Bigfoot probably came from Native Americans in the same way that people have stories of encounters with Wendigos and all that. I believe that that's all, honestly, Native American folklore that's just become so popularized that after a while, it just kind of takes on life of its own because people are putting energy and thought towards it, so therefore it becomes its own thing.
Well, it could be something.
It probably is
out
both.
There, though.
It probably is both, but I like to think Bigfoot came from that.
But my cousin, living in McAdoo, told me stories about, she was on this site. It's actually a Bigfoot site here in PA. And she listened to these audio clips. And she gave me the link and she said, listen to this first clip. She said, that's exactly what I heard when I was a little girl. And I listened to it and I'm like, what the hell? And she said, that's exactly what I listened to. She said, definitely.
Well, I mean.
And she said it scared the shit out of her. Now, her and her kids, she said there's something in the woods that does not like people with red hair. Her son has red hair.
Kyle, my cousin Kyle, yeah.
And it throws like rocks at her son if they're going for a walk in the woods.
Something throws rocks at him.
Rocks at her son
like
because he has red hair. Now, my cousin was a redhead, a natural redhead as a little girl, but her hair has faded out as she got older. And so, like, she has, it's more like a grayish, like a reddish brown now. But yeah, her son got hit with rocks and that. It's crazy. Also, there's trees that the top of the trees
are snapped off at a certain height.
And if you look at them as you're going down the hill and looking at these trees, you could picture
something tall leaning on them and snapping them.
Making its way maybe in the dark, grabbing onto the trees as it's going.
She's talking about a small part of the woods right outside McAdoo. If you're coming into McAdoo from Tresco Road, that we call Crystal Mountain because it's a mountain that you can actually find quartz crystals in the sand that get washed down the slope every time it rains really good.
I'll try to get there this summer and show you guys it. It's a nice little
now, mind you, I've been to this area myself. I've never felt anything.
I was there once. I made it all the way up to the top and got some cool crystals, and we made it all the way back.
But you definitely do get the feeling that you are observed if you do go
Something is watching you. Yeah, you don't feel threatened.
But you feel definitely that you're not alone. Something is watching.
Yeah.
Probably curious about what you're doing and why you're there.
Right. Well, all we were doing was basically using little strainers.
There also
did
used to be a little natural spring out that way too, but ever since bulldozers came through part of the area and kind of like worked over the land a bit, it disappeared.
We got chased by
geese on the way there. Remember the pond right there?
Yep.
Out in the heights.
The male.
We got chased by geese alongside railroad tracks going towards this area.
Hello, Victoria Rose. I'm not ignoring you, dear. Hello, Victoria Rose. So you're in Whitehaven. Oh, that's cool.
I would just call you guys prince and princesses. I mean, y'all are men and women that follow us. I mean,
the princess and the court. That's cute.
Have y'all used the machine in the cemetery? The EMF detector that I have gotten yet? No. Although the weather's kind of been like really cold here at night for me to really go out there and use it. Not to mention it snowed a lot, so I don't even want to go trekking through the woods around the mine and whatnot in that stuff. So no, thank you. I haven't yet. I mean, when it warms up and we know for sure that we're not going to be getting any more snow for the rest of the season. Yeah. I'll gladly
definitely. We were in a really cool little store. Way in a different part of Pennsylvania.
Mount Joy.
Yeah, it's called Moon Raven Alley. Wonderful, positive flow of energy in this store. We passed a very old cemetery on the way into this town, and
actually, we passed a lot of them.
Yeah, but the one on the right that caught my eye was the one right before we actually got into like
Mount
the downtown.
Joy, yeah, Mount Joy.
I would love to go to. There's a bunch of cemeteries I would like to go to around here. There's still a few here in Hazelton that I'd like to go to.
I've been to them all
with the meters and the app and everything, and do some recording, see what happens. There is a cemetery he told me about in Pringle.
Out by Wilkes-Barre.
And he had said it's not so much like that you feel things, but you see a lot of shadows. You feel like there's something there, but
Can I tell them about that story with the girl?
Oh God, yeah, you saved her life.
And I happened. Okay, This was what back in 2014.
By Swoyersville.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Pringle by Swoyersville.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a cemetery.
It's a cemetery.
It's a
cemetery on the hill in like around Edwardsville, Pringle, that has like a giant white like water tower in the back of it. You can actually see the water tower if you're like across the valley, heading into Wilkes-Barre from like what is it, 309 or 80, 81?
Yeah.
If you look in the right direction. But yeah, that's it's that by Swoyersville. But back in 2014, was it 2000? Yeah, 2014. I was living in Kingston.
Yeah, you were up there before I was.
I happened to have gone. Well, usually when I move somewhere new, I check out where I've moved to and get a good feel for a place. And I started visiting that cemetery a lot, both during the day and at night, because I like cemeteries. Well, I happened to have gone there the one night, and I'd gotten there, and there was 2 Jeeps sitting at the base of the cemetery, because the way the cemetery is, it's on a hill, it's like terraced on a hill, and they were sitting on the lowest level, right off the entrance from where you come in off the road, on the lower part of it. And there was a bunch of people talking, and I could hear commotion and whatnot, and they had their floodlights and whatnot all on, and from the sounds of it, they were looking for apparently a girl that had run away from them, gotten away from them, and you could just tell from just listening to these individuals that they had very sinister intentions. They were not nice people. And I'd managed to get close enough to where I could easily hide behind a giant tombstone on an elevation above them a little bit and see them, but they couldn't see me. And I crept back up the slope of the cemetery a bit, and I actually ran into the girl. She was hiding behind a mausoleum and whatnot, and I probably scared her because I just came around the corner out of nowhere, and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just here, exploring it. I'm not gonna hurt you or anything. I said to her, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm hiding to get away from people that are looking for me. And I said to her, are you talking about the people, the Jeeps at the bottom of the cemetery? She goes, yes. She goes, well, why are they here? I'm like, yeah, there's Jeeps sitting at the bottom. And she was just scared out of her mind. Like, she was really afraid. I don't know what these people planned on doing with her, or whatever they were going to do with her, but she wanted nothing to do with them. And I said to her that I knew a way out of the back of the cemetery through the back, going around the water tower. And she asked me to help her get out, help her get away, which I did. We went through the woods a little bit, went around the water tower, came out in Edwardsville. And once she calmed down, I said to her, are you from around here? Are you going to be okay on your own from here on out? She goes, yeah. She apparently lived only right over in Edwardsville. But I said to her, yeah, I go, if I was you, just be careful, please, because I didn't even feel that those, whoever they were going to have any kind of good intentions of wanting to find you at all. So yeah, please,
avoid them like the
plague if you are out alone in Edwardsville at night, please. Because people like me aren't always going to be around all the time. So, I mean, it was even lucky that I was there that night to begin with.
And I had said to him, I bet she either met them at a party or met one of them in a bar or something. And maybe, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, she was a teenager.
She could have met them at a party 16, or something.
17-year-old, I don't know. I mean, the guys looked and sounded from what I could see, they were around my age, so I don't know.
Could have been somebody that she hung out with or something, and yeah.
They looked and sounded like your typical redneck hillbilly people, and it's like, oh god, it's like, you people, really? It's like, is a cemetery not sacred even to use? Come on.
Redneck Festival, that's all I will say. The Redneck Festival. Yeah, he was at the right place at the right...
Yeah.
The right time.
a way I know, because there was two ways to get in and out of the cemetery. There's the way which they blocked off and had parked in front of, and then there was a way at the very top of the hill coming off from another street. But I felt that it would have been visible going that way, even though it was on a hill, because the way that the road wrapped around the cemetery is it went straight and then went up the hill and then came in through that way also. So it would have just been pointless. So I was like, yeah, I was like, I know a way out of here through the back around the water tower. We can take that. So you're not seen. We could,
Yeah, he was in the right place at the right time, Susan, definitely.
I'm the kind of person where I will walk around cities and towns late at night when everyone's asleep or when there's literally almost no one out, because to me, it's just more better. I don't have to deal with people. I don't have to deal with anything. Nighttime to me is when you really see the way a city really truly is, because
2 summers ago, me and him used to go for a walk every night. He would get home from work and we'd go for a walk. We'd decide, well, we're going to go this way, or we're going to go this part of town, that part of town. And sometimes we wouldn't get back home till like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, back in Kingston, when I would do it, I used to have Kingston police not stop me late at night doing it, but they would drive around, and I think to a degree they would try and keep like a kind of like a long distance eye on me, because apparently people walking around Wilkes-Barre and Kingston late at night is just something that doesn't happen really.
Well, Wilkes-Barre understandable because there is bad areas.
Yeah, Wilkes-Barre is understandable. Kingston, I mean,
I don't know. I walked around.
I even walked around. I even walked the levee in Kirby Park at night. Now, the one I will say that is dangerous because there is a portion of the Kirby Park levee along the Susquehanna River that there's no lighting at all, especially around where the train tracks go across the river, Susquehanna River. There, it's dark, but it's not dark enough that you can't make out the shape of people on the trail above, ahead of you or behind you. It's just dark that like you can't see people coming from off the tracks across the rail bridge at all.
You know what, Victoria Rose, you're absolutely right. I lived in Kingston before Ronnie did. And
it was weird that I ended up there after she did.
I liked it. I just got homesick for my granddaughters and my mom and my family. It wasn't like a good time for me. My ex-boyfriend was stalking me all around Wilkes-Barre, and I lived in the Kingston house, which was like a shitty place to live.
Oh no, Victoria Rose, it is nice. I used to spend a lot of time down at the River Commons along right off of Market Street Bridge, the Market Street Bridge and whatnot.
Put it this way, if I would wind up not leaving state, say like right away, say maybe having to like postpone it for a year or so, I wouldn't mind living back up in Kingston or going to Edwardsville
or somewhere in that region.
Or it was there or
nice.
that, or even maybe one of the little towns, like say, I don't know,
Exeter or
Plymouth or whatever. Like I like that area. There was just like so much more to do. And just like, I don't know, just like, I don't know how to explain it. Just, it's a different kind of energy up there. Well, yeah, my ex was in denial and kept thinking that I was going to,
get back with him.
Yeah, and after the 6th PFA violation, I think he realized, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't go around there at night, the levee. But I mean, like I used to walk around Kingston to get a feel for, like Kingston, where things were.
The woods off the levee along the river, most definitely not. You wouldn't catch me in them at night because
no.
They're creepy enough as it is during the day because it's so dense and it gets dark in the woods there along the river. And at night, you're just asking for trouble in the dark at all period.
Well, when I came back to Hazleton, he still caused me some grief, but then when he finally went to jail, he went for almost a
I
year.
always made sure though I had something on me, Victoria Rose.
And
I mean,
after he
even
got
I
out
encountered
of
people.
jail, Heather, he didn't say a word to me. He turned his head whenever he'd see me, and yeah. But it took going to courts and getting quite friendly with people in the PFA office in Luzerne County and sheriffs and judges and yeah, not good when Luzerne County sheriffs know you on a first name basis and the ladies in the PFA office know you on a first name basis for a while there. And that was not a good feeling.
Or Luzerne,
Not a good
or
feeling.
Luzerne County Courthouse knows you on a first name basis.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
They are. And that's true. There is a lot of homeless people that live in those woods, both off of Kirby Park and all along
Oh my
Pierce Street and
God,
all that.
Victoria Rose, I'm so sorry.
That is very true. She is right. That is very true.
I am so sorry. Goodness gracious. Like, wow.
Yeah, I heard that too. I have heard that too. I have heard that too. If I remember, that's where the boat launch is, right there on the Kingston side of the river, Nisbet Park.
Wait, Nesbit Park.
Okay, you know how there's the River Commons on the Wilkes-Barre side?
Yeah.
Nisbet Park is right across from that, where the boat launch is, the slope that goes into the river for the boat launch.
Oh, Nesbit
That's
Park's
Nesbit
on
Park.
the
Yep.
other side of the bridge.
Yes.
I'm thinking of the side I used to walk on from Kingston. I'm thinking of Kirby Park.
Yep. It's across Market Street from Kirby Park.
Okay.
But it's
I don't
that's-
think I was ever around Nesbit Park, to be honest. No, I never had a reason to go there.
a lot of not so savvy things go on in those woods of a heteronormative nature go on, shall we say.
Yeah.
The woods have a very not nice reputation along that stretch of river.
I know when I was living in Kingston, there was a few people I used to talk to at the soup kitchen that were actually camping out that summer in
I am so sorry.
Kirby Park.
I am so sorry to hear that, though, Victoria Rose. Wow.
And there was a few people that, you know, had told me they were like saving up money by sleeping in Kirby Park, but it was like different groups that were all in like a general radius that they all could keep an eye on each other.
Yeah, when I moved down there, I had people sit there and tell me what to stay away from. And I took their advice. I mean, hi, I'm not from here, so why wouldn't I?
Yeah, me too.
But after a while, I did get a little curious. Not to the point where like I just go traipsing right through places, but I would visit places more and more just to get a feel for them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Victoria Rose.
But for the most part,
I don't blame you for never wanting to be around any of that area.
Me neither. For the most part, though, I did like the area. I would, if I could, I would live down there again.
Yeah, I didn't mind living up that area either. Like I said, I lived in the Kingston house. There was a lot of drugs, prostitution. There was no damn Wi-Fi. There was no fresh air. Smoking crack, banging dope, freaking like alcoholics. Like, oh my God. It was not a good place to live. And maybe if I had been living in like a regular apartment when I was living there, I might have stayed up that way and not had been so homesick. But I was in this little tiny efficiency, and it just got to me. Plus, I was going through a forced medication withdrawal thanks to Northeast Counseling in Hazleton and Northeast Counseling in whatchamacallit, Nanticoke. They were arguing over paper. I couldn't get my script filled. I was taking Ativan for anxiety and panic attacks. For starters, I was on the medication too long. I was on it a total of 9 years. You're not supposed to be on it anywhere near that long. And with them arguing and shit and things, I started going through withdrawal. And it was terrible. I was never into drugs as a teenager. I was a drinker. I was definitely about alcohol, not pills, not none of that shit. And so going through a withdrawal like that was absolutely horrible. My friend Miriam, she used to like come over and like see me. We go to eat or whatever. We get out and go somewhere, do something. But for like 2 weeks straight, I think I'm lucky if I slept an hour or two every night. It felt like worms crawling under my scalp, and my face was all dug up and everything because I'd be picking, and I was actually pulling out clumps of my hair because it was just so creepy and would feel like things crawling on you. And oh my God. And then when I did finally get in to see the doctor at Northeast Counseling in Nanticoke, he goes to turn around and give me a script for Ativan and then says to me, "Oh, you should have went to detox." Well, excuse me, I'm sorry, but I'm not a drug addict, so I don't know that I'm supposed to go put myself in detox. Yeah, that really could have made you sick, he said, going through withdrawal like that. I said, well, I shouldn't have had to go through withdrawal if you two places weren't arguing with each other about stupid goddamn paperwork and you totally didn't give a shit about me and my script.
It is awful. You know what I love about you guys? What's that, Heather?
Yeah, that's the truth. And I said, nope, I spent 3 weeks going through that shit, getting that shit out of my system.
Didn't you tear up the script and throw it at him?
I did throw it at him. I tore it up and I walked out, and it wasn't too long after that I came back to Hazleton.
Oh, you see that? She sees that. Look, behind us.
The calendar. Yeah, before I go to bed at night, I mark the day off. Yeah. Because if I don't, oh my God, I will.
I didn't realize that actually shows. I mean, I'm looking at it now. It's like,
I will. And you know what's funny? I'll show you something. Now, this is for my channel. And this is where I like figure out like if I'm going to do a DIY, what I need, if I'm going to, what day I want to actually record it and do it.
It's her planner for everything she does like here on YouTube.
Yeah, my channel and that. And so like I keep like, I mark down every video that I do, what day I upload it and everything, for example. And again, before I go to bed, I mark the day off in here too. So things in here pretty much match up with the things.
Everything up there behind us.
Yeah. I have to do that because if I don't, I can very easily like just lose track of days. It's terrible. I don't know. But I am so glad I bought this a year ago because it's been a really big help for me. Like with my channel, but also with other things too, like my shopping list and appointments and everything. Because sometimes I will forget to write something down on a calendar, but I have everything in here. So like, even if I don't check it, I check this every day. So I know, okay, I have an appointment coming up tomorrow, blah, 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 whatever, so yeah, so I mark everything off in here too. I do the same thing. Oh, plus I have a calendar in my bedroom that's marked off. and I have one in the parlor too.
Also, not to mention, a lot of what we do on this channel is also because of you guys, you who subscribe and watch the content that my mother and sometimes me make. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. She wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be here either. So thank you, all of you, for everything that you do for us, whether it's just liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to us because honestly, I never actually really expected my mother's channel to actually take off as it has. Not saying that I never thought she wouldn't ever become, have over 1,000 subscribers. It's just like it exploded. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's like, okay, I'm proud of you. You have your own small handful community now. You are a YouTuber. So again, everything that goes on here is because of you guys. So thank you. Thank you very much for being here and being part of this whole long journey and whole long process of shenanigans and everything else that goes on here. So thank you guys. We love you, all of you.
He's right. He is right. I couldn't have said it.
I do.
Better.
I do still think that it's cute to referring to you guys all as the court, the community, the court. The court is in session. No.
Aw, thank you. Eris has. Eris is going to.
Hey, look who jumped up and joined. Hi, everybody! Look who joined. Look who decided to jump up and join. It is the best of the good boys. Hi, Oreo.
Oh, thank you, Heather.
Hi, Oreo.
Thank you, Susan.
Hi, buddy. What's up, big boy?
Eris is gonna have a fresh new look for the spring.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, and everyone's been asking about Eris. I'm still trying to piece together a lot of things with her. But when she does finally come around, she'll come around.
I know I promised one of my subs, and then he got sick with COVID. I did promise one of our subs that I was going to do the Eris Tops Tarot video soon.
What's up, buddy?
And then this poor kid, he got sick with COVID.
You want to say hi to everybody, Oreo?
And
say hi.
Then Ronnie wasn't feeling good for a few days.
I didn't have COVID. I just had a stomach bug.
Yeah, he didn't feel good for a few days. So it's like...
It's the best. Doesn't get any more real than you guys. You know, that is true. Like, I see a lot of YouTubers who, honestly, are like seem to be one persona when they're YouTube personality, and then they're completely different people offline. And to me, that's just stupid because people shouldn't pretend to be someone they're not for the sake of like attention, likes, subscribers, whatever. To me, that's just hollow. That's just being a fake person. I look at this channel in the sense that my mom and me,
we try to be pretty damn transparent, guys.
But also genuine with the content that goes on here, because we're not people that feel that we should have to pretend for the sake of what's the word I'm looking for? Pretend for the sake of any kind of like notoriety or fame or anything. We're just people that believe that it's honestly just more easier to go about life being your real, genuine self than just not really. I mean, I'll admit, people that know me know that in real life, I'm a very blunt, straightforward person. I won't sugarcoat things for people, regardless of whether that truth hurts people's feelings or not. But that's just how I was raised. I was raised to always seek the objective truth in reality behind something, but also to understand that if something doesn't mesh with something that I perceive or uphold as truth, to disregard it, because if something doesn't match up, why hold on to it? Or if something conflicts with information that I know is true and factual, why should I entertain it if it's not true and factual? But at the same time, I also am a person who can very much go out of his way for people if I need to. And I've done it a lot in the past, but I really don't do it much anymore, because usually around here, a lot of times when the people that I have done it for have took me for granted and walked all over me. So I don't really do it for people in this area anymore, because there's no point, because people in this town specifically seem to just always want to just be more about themselves than actually really caring about other people.
And that's the truth. That is the truth. No, seriously, guys, though, he is 100% correct. And if you were to meet me in the store, or
oh yeah, if you were to see us in the store, like Giant or Walmart or something,
just walking down the street or something, the way I come across here is the way I am. There's not a difference.
I mean, I get people that cross the other side of the street just because I'll walk down the street wearing my leather jacket. It's that kind of town. It's like, okay, you know
that's why I wear mine though too.
But it's like, okay, you know what? If I project that kind of energy, and in a sense, pardon the language, if it's big dick energy, because I wear my jacket for that purpose, okay, you know what? I like it because I have the street to myself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I've had people kind of like, move out of the way, you know.
I've had people compliment me down in Wilkes-Barre for wearing it. I guess because, I guess you don't really see people, my age really wearing like leather much. So it's like, hey, nice jacket. Oh, hey,
no,
thanks.
Your dad.
Thanks, I appreciate your compliment.
Your dad and I used to wear them all the time.
But I guess that's not really a thing with my generation anymore, really.
No. No, it isn't really, to be honest.
I mean, I've seen a few people, but honestly, they've actually been Spanish. That hair salon down here on Diamond Avenue.
Oh,
I've seen a Spanish guy that's a biker that I guess I've seen a Spanish guy where I guess he like goes in for like something every now and then.
Oh, okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Him.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I've seen him there. I've seen the bike outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be one of our regular clients that comes.
Not to mention, honestly, it's is comfortable and it's warm, especially with cold weather. So that's why I wear it.
I want to get a white one though.
Oh, honestly, I do like the dirty looks or whatever because to me it's just like, okay, obviously I'm having some impact on you, and you know what? Oh well.
Oh, a coral leather jacket. Oh, that sounds pretty. Coral. Ooh, that sounds nice.
What are you looking at, bud? You're looking at the wall behind me.
I would like to get a white leather biker jacket like the black one I have.
They had to get some excitement in their day. Well, I don't know. If that's the most exciting thing that someone's going to have in their day, then I don't want to. I don't want to even know what the most saddest part of the day could possibly be.
Right. Gigi, this is Oreo. Feisty's not out here. She's on
probably,
my bed.
Yeah, she's
sleeping
bedroom.
on my bed.
You do them a service.
Yeah.
Yes,
she's
I do.
Sleeping on my bed.
I do.
She's
I have a lot of big energy apparently, from what people have told me. I've actually had people tell me that for some reason they can be intimidated by me. I'm just like, how? I'm lanky and I'm nerdy and like how are you intimidated by me? Is it because of my vast intellect, my vast knowledge on a lot of subjects? Like is that what's in the intimidating? I don't get it. I'm everything but intimidating. Maybe it's things I say. I don't know.
Oh, we're getting Oreo and Feisty back into wearing collars soon.
Yep.
Um,
We're also getting them new food bowls and whatnot. That like the tilted kind.
Started.
So they're not so close to floor eating.
I figured since
right,
we
buddy?
got a whole bunch of new stuff for us,
we'd get them something
that now it's time to start
buddy?
working on getting them new things too. So right off the bat, I ordered them. It should be coming next week. A new type of feeding dish. It comes in their stainless steel bowls, and it's in like a bamboo stand.
And there she is. Look, she's by your foot.
Oh, here's Feisty. She came out now.
Can't show you, but she's by my mom's foot.
You can actually tilt it so the bowls are slanted a little bit.
Mom, you might want to sit closer to it. You're actually almost out of the frame.
And the design of the bowls is supposed to help cats with their
could you lay down a little bit, bud? There you
go. By tilting the bowls up a little bit, they don't have to strain bending down to eat their food.
You can lay down.
They pretty much can
in front of the laptop.
Sit more comfortably and be able to eat their food, and it doesn't put like pressure on their stomach or something when they bend and they're trying to eat. So I can't wait till that comes for them, because I want to.
No, she's rubbing my foot.
Like do a video and see how they react to it.
Hi.
And then I got to get them new litter boxes.
What's up,
I think I'm going to go back to putting the litter box in my parlor. We're going to, once we're done with all the boxes and everything, we're going to try, I said try, to make a kitty tower kitty hammock.
It's probably going to be a video that, in reality, film-wise, it's probably going to take about 2 hours, but will be edited down to like maybe a half hour.
Well, I hope a little shorter than that.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
But you guys get the point.
Yeah, but I like to speed things up in that too, and a lot of YouTubers do that. Certain things they'll like speed it up, which would be interesting. Making a kitty tower and a hammock for them.
And trust me, we have a lot of boxes to work with. What, Feisty? What?
What's up, baby girls? Come here. Come on, pretty girl.
Yep, she's on my mom's lap now. She's right next to Oreo here.
Yeah, there's her floofy tail. Let me see if you can see her.
Go ahead. It's okay, Mama. It's okay. Feisty.
There she is.
There's the pretty girl. Hi, Mama.
Yeah, we could do it in parts. That's true. Yeah, they're becoming more and more like popular. I see on Amazon and that. It was some troll.
Yeah, but I just saw that. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, because I read like the first few words. I'm like, what?
Thank you for catching all that, Heather. You caught that like 2 seconds after I read that. I'm like, what? So no, thank you very much, Heather.
Yeah, it should be fun. I think they would get a kick out of it. They both like to obviously check out boxes and everything.
And claw them up. So
claw them up. So as long as they claw up the boxes and they're not clawing up our new furniture, which is
happy.
Good.
We'll be happy.
But we are using, well, I'm using the Feliway. Every couple of days, I spray it around my bed. I spray it around.
She gave me a kiss on my hand.
The one dresser that he put together for me.
Oh yeah, Michael. She's very quick on the ball with that. We love Heather as a mod, actually. Terry too, but she had to go to bed, so otherwise she would be doing it as well alongside Heather. We have a few, actually. I think a few mods. But I think Heather, I think you're the only one on right now, I think, when I remember.
Yeah.
And it was coming, you're up to 24 from 15 when I got on.
Yeah, well, wasn't too bad. I mean, there was like, what, two of them. This is like the third one or fourth one I've seen so far tonight. I remember that one night. Oh my
And Mike, yeah,
God.
Mike is too.
There had to be like freaking 6, 7 of them. It was like, oh my God, all the animals are coming out from under the rock.
To be honest, guys, I don't keep track of who's a moderator and who's not. I mostly just know who is one from when it says that, you know, so and so timed so and so out. I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot that so and so's a mod. Alrighty, thank you. We should actually keep track of that somehow. A list or something. I don't know.
Oh wow, is it really? You know what? You gotta love that when a show is popular and a lot of people like it, and then all of a sudden, bam, let's just get rid of it. And then they'll replace it with something stupid. And it's like, why? Like, why? I know Netflix did that to a couple of
Shows that we
series over the years that like I had watched and that there was supposed to be like a second season to, and
never happened.
Yeah, for whatever reason, and they were popular. That's the whole thing of it. And it's like, why did you get rid of that? I don't know. I don't understand why they do that crap.
Hey, I still think Haven was great.
Oh, Haven was a good show.
8 seasons, yes.
I cannot wait till season 4 of Stranger Things. I absolutely love that series. I cannot wait.
Feisty, what are you doing?
Wait till season 4.
She was just sniffing her stomach. What?
Until season 4 of Stranger Things. I look forward to that. I love that series.
Kat, I love you, but you're a little weirdo sometimes. But I love you.
No, you're right, music lover. There's not a whole lot good on TV. There really isn't.
The most common thing I see on my Facebook is I see a lot of people fawning over the show Bridgerton or whatever hell it's called, however it's called, Bridgerton or whatever. And I'm just like, it's literally just British soft porn. I'm sorry, but it is. There's like so much fucking that goes on in that show that it's like it's more literally just a show being porn than whatever the hell else it's supposed to be about. It's just like, no, like what is, how is this like a show? How is this TV entertainment? I don't know. Like I don't get it.
The Crown. I binge watched The Crown.
The Crown's okay because at least it actually follows along actual British history.
Like I thought that was pretty interesting.
At least in the modern era.
There was a series I watched last year. Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. There's supposed to be a second season of that. Now that was really, really good. I thought that was a good show. Dark, but a good show.
I agree, Heather.
$179 a month. Oh, you have cable and internet.
I agree, Heather. It's not even the fact that it makes me uncomfortable. I just don't find it appealing because I don't understand what it is that it's trying to get across to people watching it. I don't understand whatever the message is that they're trying to say.
Well, there's a couple of different shows on right now, music lover. There's The Crown. There's there's a couple of different shows like about different royal families. I want to check one or two of the other ones out.
I want to check out that one with Eva Green in it, The Luminaries, the one where she's that psychic. She's a fortune teller and her husband.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The chick from Penny Dreadful that played.
What is that on Stars?
I think so, but the one with the chick from Penny Dreadful that played Miss. What was her name?
I could never afford that. I could never afford I could never afford that. I haven't had cable in, oh my God, over 20 some years. I've been doing everything online. I have Amazon Prime. There's some good shows on Amazon Prime. There is some
What?
whatchamacallit. There's
Nice.
some good shows on Hulu. They all have like the good shows. Netflix.
Feisty.
I seen something came up the other day for something called
you're a good girl, sweetie. You are.
something called
Moody sometimes, but you're a good girl.
I'm trying to think of the name of the channel. It has like 15 different channels on or something for like $5.99 a month. There's
I don't know what that would be talking about.
it has like a little bit of everything on it. Like it doesn't look bad. I can't think of the name of it's something similar to like Infinity. It's like Xfinity or something. It has an X in it.
I think it is Xfinity. That sounds right, actually.
It's like $5.99 a month for the basic thing, and you get like 15 channels.
You want to go see what that is? Hold on.
Don't you dare! Oh, you son of a bitch. Ronnie?
Was it what I thought it was?
It's the side he got. He got the side in the book.
Are you serious?
Yes, he got the side basket. Yep, he put a fucking hole in it. No, 2. God damn it. Hurry up. Yeah, there's like 3 holes on the side of it. Sorry about that, guys. I
love him, but he really can be a huge asshole.
Yeah, he just turned around and put
holes in the side of
a fabric drawer of the one stand that he put together for me.
The clothes rack or the dresser?
No, the dresser with the fabric bin things on the side.
The one where he scratched.
Yeah, well, not the front. He got it on the side. Now you could see the cardboard. Yeah, just want to like smack him in the head sometimes.
And we sprayed that thing down with that fellow. Like, what? I
didn't spray the side, but I sprayed the front of it.
Obviously, it doesn't do what it says it does. That or it just dissipates after a few days.
No, I just sprayed that down a few hours ago. Like 2 hours ago. No, he hasn't made a move to bother the closet because it's metal. And there's no way I can fix that either.
How big are the holes?
Go in my room and look. You could see the cardboard underneath.
I'm afraid to look.
The holes are about that big.
Yeah, I'm not paying $100 and some for a whole new one. I hate to tell you.
No, it's the basket, the bin.
I know. Yeah, but you can't replace that.
Oh my God, a kerosene lamp.
See, we won't get him declawed or even her declawed because it honestly is very painful to a cat to have it done.
Also, a lot of vets
Also, a
don't
lot of
do
vets
that
don't do that anymore
nowadays. It's
because
considered
it's
animal
considered, yeah,
cruelty.
it is considered animal cruelty to do it. So we will we will get him and her, sometimes very forcefully, just sit
Clip
put
their
and
damn
clip their
nails.
nails, but their nails grow back incredibly fast.
And the thing is, like, he won't use a scratching post. I've probably had about 7, 8 of them over the years for him.
Won't touch him, but he'll scratch at felt or scratch at cardboard or whatever. It's like,
oh, and the door back here,
yeah,
the door frame.
the wood frame of the door. It's like cat. I don't.
Oh yeah, looking so innocent. Yeah, taking advantage of the fact we're out here and I'm not in there because he won't do it right in front of me.
If worst comes to worst, because it is like fabric, you
I
try
can
to
get-
sew it close a bit, maybe. I don't know.
Mm,
You'd have to use a lot of string and have it kind of look like a sort of like a mesh going across it, but you'd have to do that on the outside and inside. That's the only way you could fix that.
lemon juice. Do you mean like spraying it on the stuff so he'll leave it the hell alone? Because he ruined the side of the drawer. They're only like fabric drawers. The frame is good and sturdy metal, but the drawers themselves are fabric.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We have lemon juice. Cooking kind, but yeah, no, we have
lemon juice. Go to a Spanish store and I'll buy some freaking fresh lemons. He did ruin the side of it though. Well, it'll be ruined if he does any more of it.
Oreo.
Yeah, but then that'll teach him to keep his little paws to himself. Oh.
You gotta do it every day. Spray it around it.
Yeah, I'll go to a Spanish store. They probably have lemons.
They're a Spanish store. Of course they have lemons.
Every day spraying around it then.
Might take a few times, but the smell might deter him. It probably will. I mean, he's not old enough to not know that it's something that he shouldn't be doing. The problem is, will he actually make that mental connection? Because he is a stubborn little shithead. We love him.
Yeah, I love him, but he can be a stubborn little goof. Like, But what I was saying before we heard that with the nails, and that's why we looked at each other.
I'm like,
yeah.
Because honestly, if it was my mom's mattress, then that's a different story. He would be spending the rest of the night in the cat carrier, because no, I'm not spending another over $100 some for a whole new mattress for my mom because of him calling it up.
He actually, when he jumps up on the bed, doesn't have his nails.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that with mine either anymore. Oh, we know. We've had him 7 years now, going on 8. We know.
Yeah, but see, on Broad Street, I don't remember him doing anything like that. I think he's attracted to fabric, the fabric drawers, like the
feel
bins.
Probably the feel texture, maybe.
Yeah, but he's not going after the drawers in my closet. And they're fabric.
I don't know then.
I don't know. It's weird.
Y'all don't have a scratching post? No, because he doesn't bother with them. Neither does Feisty.
Yeah,
they don't bother them.
He don't
bother with them.
Nope. Now there is. I got to get on Chewy one of these days. There is one thing that they did like from Chewy, and he did use. It's literally a cardboard
exactly how
bed.
Not all cats like scratching posts.
Yeah, they would
I mean,
claw the hell out of this cardboard bed. And the cool thing about it was only like $10, $11.
we're talking about a cat that likes peanut butter and likes to lick it right out of the jar. So what does that tell you?
And drinks lactate milk out of a shot glass. So I mean, he is somewhat spoiled too.
No, he's quirky.
Yeah, he is quirky. It's true. But this cardboard bed, Chewy sells it, and literally, like when the top layer is shot, you can just crumble it up and throw it in the garbage. And there's like 3, 4 more layers for them to go through. It's very economical. Oh, wow. Yeah, I could never get them to use a scratching post.
Nope.
Yeah, but see, I had a portable closet, a cheaper one, last year. And what happened was it had that same kind of fabric cover over the top of it that zippered. He clawed the shit out of that cover so bad, I wound up having to pull it off and throw it away. He clawed it to shreds.
Not to mention, it was made from plastic piping, the whole entire closet.
But the fabric drawers, he clawed the shit out of them too.
And it actually ended up breaking because he jumped up on the top of it and laid on top of it, and it just couldn't handle his weight. So it actually collapsed entirely.
Mm.
I mean, we're hoping when we do make their little cat towers and whatnot, that they actually do use it. I'm thinking they will, simply because or at least he will, simply because it's cardboard.
His scent's on some of them boxes anyway.
Yeah, that's why we kept them.
Yeah, they're downstairs for the moment till we get everything else done. Well, worst case scenario down the road, if I take the measurements of that drawer, it's going to be a different looking drawer, but I can replace a fabric big, you know what I mean, the size of it. But I shouldn't have to replace it.
Yeah, that's the point. That's my point.
him.
You shouldn't have to because of him. They have to be up high so they can watch everything, in my experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, he did. He did. The whole time I was putting the dresser, my mom's dresser together, he was up on the top shelf of
the closet
looking down, watching us like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he can be, yeah. What, baby girl? Oh, he went running into the parlor. He knows, like, hi, KK.
Yeah, he knows he's in trouble. So he's probably going to spend the rest of the night out in the parlor.
Yeah. Or else he's going to sneak into his room later on tonight. You're not going to be in my room. No, he won't be sleeping in my room tonight. No. He'll be like, no, you're mad at me. Yeah, I am mad at you, you little twit.
I mean, I wonder why, Oreo.
Right. Well, guys, oh my goodness, it is going on almost 4 hours.
Look at that, guys, 4 hours. I think that's a record for us. Actually.
Yeah, I never had a chat this long, almost 4 hours. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone. It has been great.
It's been a pleasure
talking with you all.
Sorry for coming on so late.
Yeah, well, I was having issues with the internet in the parlor and everything. Yeah, it was raining hard here.
It's raining hard here, and I think it still might be foggy out. I don't know. But thank you, everybody, for
take care,
watching.
everyone.
Thank you for being
Thanks
here.
for jumping on tonight, and
we will
we will see you
on the
next one.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Bye.
Bye. Here. And yep.